Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Goway Asia Forum 2026. This is the first time we are doing this. Of course, we've done Africa before, and I know that some of you watching have probably watched us and participated in our Africa Forum and virtual day. But today, we are doing Asia, and of course, Asia is very hot right now. A lot of destinations up and coming, and we're going to hear from so many presenters today all about these destinations. And you know, the reason that we're bringing all of these presenters today, the reason why we're doing all of this is we believe in the Travel Advisor, and we are here to support you and to show value, and there's no greater way to show value and to support you than through education. And we know that the more we learn, the more we earn, and we're all about that. So today is all about learning about Asia. So sit back, relax, enjoy your day, get another cup of coffee if you want, or your other favorite beverage as we get into today's program. Now, I would be amiss if I did not mention the fact that we have some fabulous prizes. I'm not going to go through the list, but I was handed it here, and there's more than a few on here that I would love to win myself. But anyway, obviously I'm not part of the draw. So we're going to get into the prizes later today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them as we go through the day. Just a couple of housekeeping notes, if you will. First of all, if you're watching us live on either YouTube or Riverside, thank you for tuning in and thank you for being with us live. I do understand that there has been a little bit of a delay, so if you are experiencing that on your end, please know it's nothing that you're doing wrong. It is on our side, and we're working on improving that, and I think as we go through today, that will happen. We are, of course, recording today's YouTube and Riverside presentation. That'll be available to you. I know some of you may not be able to be with us for the entirety of today. We totally understand that. Just know that we are recording it. We're going to send out a link to all of you that have registered so that you can go back and watch any of your favorite presentations again, or any presentations that you've missed for that matter. We'll have those available to you. Now, important, during the course of today, we have a live Q&A, again, either through Riverside platform or YouTube, depending on whatever platform you're watching us on. So if you have any questions, we have some of our Goway experts here waiting for those questions and providing you the answers as we go. That'll be live. That'll be throughout the course of the day. We're going to have a panel today that we're going to host, and we're looking forward to that. That comes up a little bit later in the broadcast and in the agenda for today. Don will be hosting that. You'll get to meet him. Of course, we put together a booklet of all of our suppliers that we'll be presenting today. It is a booklet that will be sent to you in the form of a link where you can download it and have a look at everything that we are talking about today. And again, provides you a terrific recap of some of your favorite presenters. So, lots to do. More importantly, lots to learn, and I get the privilege of being with you for the course of today. And again, if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Ian from Goway. I will be your host. Of course, it would be very boring if it was just me all day long. We're going to have a number of suppliers coming along. But first and foremost, I guess the lady who is really responsible for putting all of this together, our Vice President of our Asia Division and Product. Some of you may remember her from Africa. She's a longtime Goway person, Moira Smith. Good morning, Moira.
Good morning, Ian. It's so lovely to be here at our first Asia Forum, yes. And I'm really excited. Ian has already mentioned that we've got a wonderful, wonderful lineup of our partners from Asia, and I just want to talk a little bit about how Goway chooses their partners. It's a very important decision because these are people that really represent Goway in destination, and we have a long-standing relationship with most of our suppliers, and really they are an extension of us. So very excited to tell you that, in fact, today we are you will be meeting up to 20 of our suppliers, and we're talking to people from Thailand to Uzbekistan. So that also just goes to show the depth and the range of Goway's product. And very, very happy that you're presenting, Ian, because I know how much you love Asia.
Yes, I do love Asia. Now, Moira, tell me, so Goway, for those of you that are tuned in, started way back before, I like to joke, Moira, that before anyone who is watching us was born, way back in 1970. But tell us, Asia has really been a big part of Goway's growth over the last 56 years. So can you maybe just tell us a little bit about the history of Goway, when we started, and why it is such an important region to Goway?
You know, we started officially a Goway Asia division in the 80s, and it really has been fantastic to see its range. We started with just a few products. In fact, China was one of the first that we started with. And what is lovely talking about China to see is that China is now coming back very, very strongly post-COVID. It's been one of the slowest destinations to come back, and we're expecting it to grow hugely. So talking about the growth of Asia, similar to with some of our other destinations, as it took off, so we added more destinations, and now we have 22 Asian destinations across the range. I think what is so important, Goway's founder, Bruce, has always been about discovering new and exciting things and going off the beaten track. He talks about the Goway Globetrotter, and that's really, really important to explain that the destinations that we sell are not cookie cutter, and the way that we do these destinations, it's private guided. It's our destination specialists really go to exactly what the customer wants, and then we put together the perfect destination. And the other thing about Asia is so many of the destinations fit so beautifully together. What we're finding, particularly at the moment with the war in the Middle East, that there are fuel surcharges, and so there certainly has been an impact on the airfare. So what we're finding is that customers are happy to fly a lot of the Asian airlines, Air Canada, who have direct routes or even indirect routes, but going west as opposed to going east. And that's very important. But the other thing is they're staying longer, and they're combining different destinations. So a perfect example would be Thailand with Vietnam and maybe Cambodia. And then if you really want to add on Laos, that's another perfect example. In terms of Japan, which is very hot right now, and you're going to be hearing from a panel of Japan experts a little bit later, where they will demystify Japan for you. But Japan is a fantastic standalone destination, as is pretty much all of the destinations that we offer. But Japan is a wonderful add-on to, for example, Korea. That would be a perfect combination. So I think to your question about the evolution of Asia, the other very, I think, important or notable fact is that our Asia destination or division increased 29% year on year. That's a big number. The other very, very big thing to note is that Asia, I think, traditionally was seen as a cheap destination. It is still relatively inexpensive. Certainly, you can get incredibly five-star and deluxe experiences for a lot less than you would find, say, for example, in Europe. But I want to tell you that our clients and your clients, by extension, are spending more. Our actual average Goway Asia booking is $22,000, up from $9,000 pre-COVID. So that is quite significant. People are spending more, they're staying longer, and that's good for all of us.
Absolutely. It is very good for all of us. A couple of things that you mentioned there, Moira, not necessarily related to Asia and why we're here today, but family-owned and operated. You mentioned our founder, Bruce. I always say whenever I'm at any of my travel agent conferences, Bruce is very much alive and well, right? 83, I think now, right? 83 years old, and has really been you said it yourself, the visionary of Goway. And one of the things, this ties into Asia and something else that you mentioned, one of the things that Bruce's vision was to create destination specialists. Now, this is something that our travel agent partners lean on us for. You mentioned Japan. I have to go and say I was at a travel advisor conference on the weekend. You have no idea how many people ask me about Japan. It is on the lips of everyone. And any travel advisor who's been in this business any length of time knows that selling Japan is not for the faint of heart, right? Shall we say that? And the great thing is, and this goes for Thailand, it goes for Cambodia, it goes for China, as you mentioned, you're going to be partnered at Goway with an expert in the country that you have told us your guests want to travel to. So whether that is Japan or Thailand or Cambodia or China, you are going to get a destination specialist at Goway that will be with you for the life of the booking and is an expert. Now, I say this, Moira, all the time. I want you to think of our destination specialists as the travel advisor to the travel advisor, right? They're going to become your agent for the life of the booking. So, with all of that said, talking about Japan, talking about China, can you tell us a little bit about the level of expertise of the Asia team and the destination specialist? So what do they say? The rubber hits the road and a travel advisor turns to Goway. We pair them up with somebody on our Asia team. What is the level of that person's expertise?
I'm so glad you asked that, Ian, because honestly, I am so proud of our destination experts. We invest significantly in our teams in terms of sending them to destination. Every year, everyone travels at least once into destination. What we've also started doing, for example, is our core destinations like Japan and Thailand. Every second year we would have a more advanced one, and then a sort of the more traveled routes, but with different and additional experiences. So they're constantly getting exposed to the new things in the destination. I spoke about training. We have a very extensive training that our teams go through, not only just from a logistics and an expertise, but we also bring in our airline partners, our partners on the ground. And another thing is many of our team have lived in the destination. Right. We have some of our team are from China, some are from India, some are from, in fact, the Philippines, and so yes, a very high level of expertise.
Yeah, and that's what I hear so often, Moira. When we hit it out of the park, as I like to say, it's because we've matched our travel advisor with a destination specialist here at Goway, and the two of them work together. And I say, almost like, think of them as a partner in your business. Really, that's kind of the success that we have. And you mentioned education. That's important. We should also mention the fact that we have our Goway Pro Travel Academy. That is available to agents. Go to gowaypro.com. You can learn all about our Goway Pro Travel Academy. And all sorts of other things can be found at our travel agent website. So, Moira, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being such a passionate supporter of the Asia product. Your vision is what we are experiencing here today in the form of the Asia Forum. And I think everybody is excited to learn. Any final words? I mean, we're going to hear from you later on again, but any final words before we go into the bulk of today's agenda?
Well, thank you, Ian. I would like to say that I am going to come back, and I always like to have the last word, and I am going to talk about the trends that we're seeing in Asia, and some tips that will help you sell Asia through our destination specialists. So thank you, Ian, and I wish you a very successful day, and I will see you later.
Awesome. Thank you, Moira. So Moira Smith, Vice President of our Asia product. And as I mentioned to you, we did this about a year ago, maybe more. I don't remember, Don. Was it a year ago? About a year? Okay. And we did it in the form of Africa. And then I got out into the field. I started attending my travel conferences, as I do all across the country. And I heard from so many of you that said, oh my God, I learned so much about Africa. Are you doing it again? Will you be doing it again? So that's the reason why we are here today, and we are bringing you Asia, not only because of the education factor, but also because, and Moira kind of alluded to this, and that is Japan is on everyone's lips. I mean, it's rising in terms of I think for us, it's either our number 2 currently or number 3 destination. But Moira also alluded to the fact that we are seeing China growing. Thailand represents incredible value, Cambodia, Vietnam. So there is so much to discover, and there is so much value to be had in Asia. That is what we heard from so many of you. So we decided, let's take the Africa model, which we did, as I mentioned a year ago, and let's put it into the form of Asia. And here we are today. So, as I mentioned off the top, we want you to sit back. We want you to relax. Today is all about learning as much as we can. I mentioned to you, I teased you with some prizes that we're going to be drawing. They are fabulous. It is literally a list of, I want to say, 6 prizes, including a grand prize. So you do have to be registered. I think if I remember correctly, you have to be registered. You have to be at some point watching and participating in the Asia Forum. And then towards the end of the day, we're going to let you know the details of the prizes as well as how we're going to draw them. So all of that is coming your way today. So packed agenda, as I say, lots to do, lots to learn. Let's get into the bulk of it. Let's start off right off the top. And we, of course, need a fabulous airline to get us over to Asia, no matter where we are leaving from, across the United States or Canada. This airline has a terrific network into Asia. They've built themselves quite a reputation of Asia. So, without any further ado, the airline that I'm talking about is, of course, a proud sponsor of our Asia Forum, as well as a great partner for Goway. From United Airlines, I have Mr. John Hunt, National Account Manager, Leisure Sales. Good morning. Welcome, John, and take it away, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me here. Really appreciate the opportunity to discuss all things United and with Goway and the partnership. It's very nice to be here, so thank you very much. We'll get started here this year. United is celebrating 100 years overall, so it's been a great opportunity to discuss all this fandom, so to speak, there all over the country. And it's with Asia. We are a lot of the routes to Asia. We have some new routes that are coming into as well, which I'll actually show you here soon. So I'll go ahead and get right into the presentation here with the video. All right, so again, that 100 years celebrating, it's been awesome this year. I'm actually totally new to United. I've been here a year and a half, so it's also fun to be part of this new transformation too as well. Overall, we are expanding our jets that are coming down. We're being smart and nimble, managing our schedule. We're doubling down on our investment opportunities. We're also capitalizing on the competitive dynamics that are out there. Everyone knows with the jet fuel, we're rearranging jets, rearranging where we can have more opportunities to get more passengers to exotic destinations. So One of the things that we did during the COVID era is we invested almost a ton of money to add 250 planes over the next couple of years, and all those jets are now starting to come in to fruition. New 787s, new Airbus A321s, new 737 Maxes, new A321s that are going to be doing transcons as well. So the investment is there from United for the passengers to have a premium experience on our jets. It's very, very awesome that we are doing this type of investment overall. Some of the new products that we have, the new United Elevated, which is new interiors, bigger screens on the seatback entertainment. We also have new Polaris suites that are launching too as well, which are the private suites in front of the Polaris cabin. We also have the new relaxed row that's going to be coming in early 2027. It's a couch. It's a whole separate row for a family. That's very nice to relax and have a nice atmosphere where you don't feel crammed. It doesn't have to be for families. It can be just for you, just to lay out on the side of the window there. We also have our new coastliners that are doing transcon. They just launched within the last month or so. And then we also have the new XLR 321s that are coming probably in the next month or so as well. That'll be doing some transcon flights as well. And I have another video here for you. All right, and those new Polaris suites have launched for sale in your GDS and wherever that you do purchase your airline tickets. Right now, the routes are from San Francisco to Singapore, San Francisco to London, and we just launched San Francisco to Zurich as well. So those were all available in the upgraded Polaris suites if you want to travel in style for those. Also, we have Starlink coming. It's been instituted across many of our jets across the way. They're still coming to most jets. It's not on all of them, but my Newark to Toronto flight had Starlink for my 41 minutes, and it's faster than my home internet, which is fantastic. That means I have to actually do some work. The TSA wait time tracker when you're on your app is also good too as well. And more fare options coming to every cabin as well. So I know why we're all here is for the Asia Forum. So I just wanted to let you know that we also, across the Pacific, we're also number one with more than 23 destinations, more than our closest competitor. 2 times daily year-round service from San Francisco to Seoul, Singapore, Manila, and Taipei. 2 times daily year-round service from San Francisco and Los Angeles to Hong Kong, and 10 times daily service to Tokyo from our 7 continental U.S. hubs. Our joint venture partners, Air Canada up here, can get you there too as well. It's always great to work with them. And we also have a new route this year too as well from Newark to Seoul, South Korea. That's going to launch in September. That is one of our longer flights in our network. And again, it's going to be going daily starting, I believe it's, September 4th. It does say that on the slide there. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we announced that we're also doing, I just got it hot off the presses here. Let me look on the phone here. We're doing San Francisco to Sapporo 3 times weekly, seasonal, starting December 11th on our 787 Dreamliner, and from Chicago to Narita, daily year-round, starting October 24th on our other 787-8 Dreamliner. So going from Chicago helps us connect your passengers, your customers from the Midwest region, if you have any that are going through there, to Kaohsiung in Taiwan, to Palau, to Cebu, and to Ulaanbaatar. These are exotic destinations that we find that the new Gen X, Gen Z, millennials, they all want to travel. They all want to do their own thing. So I think with United coming on board and going to these exotic destinations, Asia is not exotic to a lot of us, but it is exotic to many of us. So from there, we also have a few other routes that you can look to as well. San Francisco to Manila. I won't go over each route there. You can see this one started last year in October. I also have Hong Kong to Ho Chi Minh, Hong Kong to Bangkok, Tokyo to Kaohsiung, which started last year as well, which is doing great. Ulaanbaatar, I don't know how many people have been to Ulaanbaatar, but now you have a way to get there if you want to. And I'm just going to end here with a video just showing you how United is paving the way for innovation and for our female pilots. And I'll end on that. Thanks for having me, and I appreciate being here.
Great.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name's Creston Wilson. I'm the captain on your flight this evening.
Hello, everyone going to Melbourne tonight. I am First Officer Lori McGivney, and we at United are very proud of Creston. She is currently our #1 female pilot in the company, and in 2026, she'll be United's #1 pilot.
It's the first time a woman will be United's most senior pilot. And out of 18,000 pilots, I'm going to be #1, and that's, to me, very special. All right, let's talk about a plan tonight.
Weather's good, visibility's good.
Hey, how's it going, Captain? You calling for the briefing?
I am, yes. My primary focus is that we're prepared for a safe flight and that we're all on the same page as to how that's going to happen. This is a team effort. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. I started my career as a DC-10 flight engineer and then became a co-pilot of 737, worked my way up to where I am now as a 787 captain. When I was 12, my mom and I were driving by United's flight training center in Denver, and I looked at her and I said, I'll be there someday. There were no women airline pilots when I was 12, but that was my focus, and I made that happen. This has been an amazing career because my office takes me all over the world. My favorite part of the job is actually flying the airplane, and primarily takeoff and landing, because that's where the challenges are. You want to make a really nice, smooth landing and kind of show off a little bit. All right, well, we just landed here in Melbourne, and I've got a little over 24-hour layover, so now we get to go have some fun, play tourist, and see the sights.
What I think she has achieved is an incredible feat here at United and for the industry.
I feel proud, I feel honored, but I also need to give a shout out and a big thank you to the women who came before me, who broke through in this very male-dominated career and paved the way for me to be able to be here. If you're a young woman and you're interested in a career in aviation, you go for it. Be dedicated, be confident, don't be intimidated. I'm proof that it's possible.
All right, very nice. And we're back. And John, thank you so much. You know, I'm a former airline guy myself, so you mentioned one of those words that I love in the airline industry, and that's innovation. And I think United Airlines is showing us that. You guys own that Asia market from North America, and we're so grateful to have you with us today. Thank you so much, John.
Appreciate you having me here. It's been great, and Goway is a great sponsor and a great partner with United Airlines. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. So before we roll into our next presenter, we are working on a couple of things behind the scenes. So we're going to take a very, very small break. We have to reset something, a little more information than you probably want to know. But that means we're going to be cut for about 20, maybe 30 seconds, and then we're going to come back. So stay where you are, because coming up, we are going to hear from our groups team here at Goway. So let's take a small little break, and then we'll be right back to you. All right. Well, thank you. And I see so many of you have joined us since we started. So just to give you a quick recap again, I will be with you for the course of today. We're going to bring in all sorts of fabulous partners from our Asia division, and you are going to learn so much today. The important thing as well, we are recording this session. So if there is anything, because I know in talking to some of you beforehand, you were saying, well, I can be with you in the morning, but not in the afternoon, or vice versa. Please remember, we are recording this, and all of you that have registered will receive a link to the presentation, so you'll be able to go back, watch your favorite presenters, or any of those that you may have missed. So, without any further ado, we're going to carry on with our day as we continue to learn more and more. And joining me now is our, what do we call you? Reservation Sales and Support Manager
you got
for
it.
Groups.
Sales and
correct?
Reservations Manager for Groups.
Sales and Reservation Manager for Groups, Mr. Ali Rizvi. You're going to tell us about all that's happening on the group side and how agents who are not already working with us on the groups can begin doing that. So take it away, Ali.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today. Again, my name is Ali, and I oversee the Groups Only team here at Goway across the Asia and Americas. And you might already be aware of how our FIT team works, but today I want to show you how easy it is to create and lead a group trip with Goway. And like Ian mentioned, whether it's for your clients, a community organization, alumni groups, faith groups, special interest groups, or simply a group of friends who want to travel together. This is what we've been doing for decades, and where I'm very, very, very excited to show you very quickly and how simply it is to book a group with us. So that's me. So very briefly, a little about me. I've been doing this for the last decade, almost exclusively with travel and groups. And I spend my days at Goway helping agents and organizations turn travel ideas into actual departures. So our team's role is to be your number one resource, your sounding board, and ultimately help remove any obstacles, logistically speaking, from organizing group travel. I've seen firsthand that many great groups start with nothing more than one person saying, I wonder who would like to come with me. And I can attest to this, having been on the road for the last 6 months, on average every month for the last 6 months. This is what I've been hearing directly from the travel agents and advisors, that it very simply, for the very first time, it can be quite daunting. But this is how usually our seasoned advisors start. You simply have to ask your friends and family, your church groups, who would like to join me. Why groups only? So this is where Goway really stands apart. We have an entire division dedicated exclusively to groups. Last year alone, this team booked more than 700 groups across 100 countries, supported by our team of 40 specialists focused solely on group travel. And I'll speak about this in a later slide, but honestly, this is what sets us apart. This is our secret sauce, I would say. I wish I could show more of our lovely faces when it comes to our specialists, but this is truly what I would say is a distinguishing factor. So again, you don't need to be a group travel expert. That's our job. What is a group? So this is one of the biggest misconceptions, that you don't need a huge group. You really don't. 10 paying passengers is all it takes to qualify for our groups only benefits. That could be 5 couples, 10 friends, a small alumni group, or a wellness retreat. The barrier is actually much lower than what most people usually think. Very briefly, these are the type of groups, and honestly, the beauty of groups is that almost any community can become a travel group. Some of our most successful programs come from alumni, faith, cooking clubs, photography clubs, family reunions. It's been super popular these days, wellness leaders, and of course, corporate incentive groups as well. The destination is important for sure, but then the community often really comes first. this is where I'll just spend a little bit of time. So these are often, I would say, the reasons people decide to move forward, not only with Goway, but why you would want to try and push for a group. So first and foremost, there are free trip opportunities, of course, for the group leaders. When it comes to Goway itself, we actually offer free three-way calls where we can help present directly to your clients because we are your partners in this. We help you when it comes to the marketing piece. The marketing dollars can be reimbursed depending on how you present it, custom presentations and webinars to help get your minimum numbers. And honestly, many group leaders tell us these resources are what gives them confidence to launch their first group. Again, you don't have to market the group alone. We have decades of experience doing this, and that's why we're here. Most groups begin with an existing audience. So I already mentioned this, but think about your social media followers, your church members, your former clients, alumni associations, hobby groups. You likely already know enough people to start a conversation. We don't start with a brochure. Usually what we'd like to do is start with some questions. What does your group enjoy? Do they want culture, food, wellness, luxury, adventure, or a bit of historical ancestry travel? Once you and I understand, that's where we can start to build the trip around that group. Whether it's cooking classes in Thailand, temples in Japan, cultural immersion in Vietnam, authentic experiences remain one of our strongest sellers. We're seeing growing demand from travelers wanting to reconnect with their family history, so heritage travel is something that's been trending recently as well. For active travelers, we include everything from wildlife encounters, trekking, cycling, diving, and even skydiving. Luxury, Asia honestly delivers an exceptional experience in luxury travel. 5-star experiences are often significantly less than comparable experiences elsewhere. And even if you're on a budget, let us know. That's where you and I or your group specialist team can really work together when it comes to knowing your budget on a per person cost. I think the clicker is not really here. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Don. All right. So yes, food and wine. If your group loves food, this is something, I'm a huge foodie. Honestly, that's the first thing that I look for when it comes to a trip. And especially with the group, it makes it so much easier. So if your group loves food, Asia is honestly one of the easiest destinations to sell. Every destination offers its own culinary story. And honestly, food often becomes the most memorable part of that group. We already have amazing groups that we've been sending over the last few years for wellness retreats, yoga retreats, and this type of travel, particularly in Bali, Thailand, and Sri Lanka, for yoga, mindfulness, are programs that we've been seeing more and more. Now I want to briefly talk about some of our top trending destinations when it comes to Asia. And currently, these are our top sellers. So Japan, Thailand, and Vietnam. They offer very strong air access, excellent infrastructure, and very, very broad appeal. So regardless whether it's a private family group, there's always something for anyone. Emerging destinations. This is where I want to show, again, we're seeing a lot of interest in South Korea, Sri Lanka, Philippines. And these destinations are generating excitement because they still feel fresh and it's honestly much, much, much less saturated than the others. The reality is when it comes to Asia itself, there's so much diversity. Again, I grew up in Pakistan. I traveled all over the region, so I can attest to it firsthand. Whether someone wants temples, beaches, food, history, luxury, you name it, we can build it. Now I want to show you or talk about very quickly some of our group programs that already include some of these elements and trends that I've mentioned. Majority of the time, I would say 90% of the time, most of our tours would include a daily breakfast, transportation, guides, activities, and often welcome or farewell dinners. This makes budgeting for you and I and planning much, much, much easier. Some of the travel styles, so again, we don't force groups into one style. Some want luxury, someone might be on a budget, other ones might want active adventure or culture immersion. Every itinerary for us is built around your group's preferences. This is another tool to help you reap more benefits and why you should book with Goway. So Goway Pro is an amazing resource for our travel advisors. I won't spend too much time on it, but yes, gowaypro.com. That would be your best resource. And just to kind of wrap it up, this is really the process in a nutshell. You gather your interested travelers, connect with us. We connect you with a group specialist who's either been there half a dozen times or knows the destination so well that they really will feel like the local expert. And then you will receive a customized quote. We refine it together and we secure the group. My goal today, again, wasn't trying to sell a specific destination. I just wanted to show you how achievable group travel really is, especially with our support. So if you're sitting there with an idea, a community, or even just curiosity on how to get this going and what the potential group might look like for you, honestly, it begins with a very simple question: who wants to travel with me? So again, I'm very much looking forward to hearing from you, and I'd love to hear your ideas and start exploring what your next group adventure could look like. Thank you so much.
All right, Ali, thank you so much. It is always good to hear from our group's team, and you know that I'm in the field quite a bit, and I talk to a lot of travel advisors in the course of a week or so. And I'll tell you the one thing that I keep hearing, and you mentioned it yourself, and it's that model of a groups-only specialist that has the knowledge in the destination.
Absolutely.
So the agent, the travel advisor, has the idea. I want to go, you mentioned food. Asia is a perfect destination for that. Thailand, terrific value, etc. So advisor watching us today has that idea, wants to do Thailand. First thing they want to do is reach out to us here at Goway, your team, right?
Yes.
And what are we going to do? We're going to put them together with a Thai specialist, correct?
Exactly.
Yep.
You got it.
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
And a lot of that, I guess, a couple of things. Number one, I want the travel advisors to think of us as a partner in your success, a partner in your business. And oftentimes, Ali, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of the group specialists will have a call with the travel advisor, and together they sort of collaborate, really, right? And I guess that's the key. You mentioned secret sauce, right? But that's kind of the key, right?
Absolutely. I think one word I use to describe what, again, I use the secret sauce in terms of a specialist, but customization, personalization. Right. We encourage the back and forth. We encourage you to pick your client's brain, really get to the bottom of the heart when it comes to why they want to go there. And that's where specialists come in. We really will be your best advisor in terms of pointing you in the right direction. Sometimes agents come to us with a request which might not be attainable, and then it's up to us to kind of point them in the right direction. Yep. So yes, your local travel experts.
Perfect. We're your partner, whether it's on the FIT side, that's 9 or under, or over to get Ali's team, 10 or more. We are here to help. We want you to be a success. We want your trip to be a success, whether it's for a couple or for a small group or a large group for that matter. We are there to join you and help you. So let us continue on with our program for the day. And I think we're right smack dab on time, which is wonderful. So next up, we have the Tourism Authority of Thailand. And I think Leslie, is it Machado or Mikado? Machado. Okay, that's what I thought. So Leslie, come on in. And, wow, Thailand is another one of these destinations, Leslie, that I'm hearing so much about. And we're so grateful to have you here today. So take it away, sir.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here with Goway and the Goway advisors and agents. We believe that in today's age of technology, artificial intelligence, it's still the personal experience, relationships, and word of mouth of people like advisors that really make a difference to selling a product, and particularly a product like Thailand. Thailand is one of those destinations which is still high value. You get experiential itinerary based on health, wellness, food, culinary, and it's one of the high value destinations that we think that it is in demand in today's environment. We'd like to thank Goway because Goway has an amazing collection of curated products for Thailand. And in today's presentation, even if you do see something that you'd like outside of the curated program, Goway does have a tailor-made department which can customize exactly what you need for the product. Thank you, sir. As you can see, our new destination theme is healing is the new luxury. Thailand is the world's leading destination for spa and wellness. And we believe in today's environment, people are looking for a slower, more meaningful, more private experience. And Thailand is one of those destinations that can give you that. Great, thank you. So we have so many experiences, culture, wildlife, outdoors, water sport. We even have a customized, curated train experience and, of course, world-class spa and wellness. Thailand welcomed over 263,000 Canadians and a few more North Americans, and it is grown. The market is grown. It's well beyond pre-pandemic limits. It's got great connectivity from North America. It has the only non-stop provided by Air Canada from Vancouver to Thailand. You could be there in under 16 hours with great connections from all of the US and Canadian domestic points if you go trans-Pacific. There are also options over Tokyo, Seoul, and Taipei. For those on the east, in Montreal, Toronto, you have the options over Europe, but most popular pre-conflict. There were great connections over the Middle East, Doha, Dubai. But needless to say, Thailand has excellent connectivity. You should be there in under 20 hours. When you arrive in Thailand, obviously the gateway city is Bangkok. It's well known. It's always in the top 3 cities to visit in the world. And Bangkok as a city is also evolved. It's got a lot of fresh new experiences, green spaces, unique curated shopping, culture. And by and large, Thailand can be divided into different sections. The central part being Bangkok, central Thailand. And if you start your journey in Bangkok, you can go up north to Ayutthaya, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a few other areas around central Thailand, which one can enjoy. No. Yeah. There we go. Then, of course, you have northern Thailand, which is Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai. Chiang Mai has always been voted as one of the most favored destinations. It's about a 2-hour ride by air from Bangkok, well connected. It gives you a very tropical jungle type environment. And if you go further, and I think we're having an issue with this clicker. There we go. Southern Thailand, which is better known to most people from movies such as Jurassic World, which is was shot in southern Thailand, and of course The White Lotus. These 2 movies have singularly put Thailand on the map in terms of visual pictorials, and we often joke with people that those images that you see are not CGI; they are actually real experiential environments that you see when you go to southern Thailand. Southern Thailand is full of beaches, wonderful culture, wildlife as well. And then if you move down to eastern Thailand, south of Bangkok, you have Pattaya, which is world-famous beaches. And you can drive down further to more isolated, more secluded beach environments in eastern Thailand. Then, of course, you have the northeast, which covers a more cultural, a local artisan type environment if you want to understand Thailand culture. which is different from other regions, but it's interest in itself an interesting destination to visit. But it's a year-round destination. Thailand is not just for the winter months, as people think of it. It is a year-round destination. We've got events from festivals to different types of sporting activities that take place. But in the many facets of Thailand, the one which is obviously always well known is wellness, the spa and wellness, by far the best in the world. And as a tourist destination, while you're there relaxing, you've also got sports tourism of all kinds, for all demographics. And we have 10 or more green cities, totally environmentally sustainable cities. Thailand prides itself as being a sustainable destination. And we, on all of these destinations, we work with partners across the board to make that happen. It is a very popular wedding destination, both for people who want to get engaged, get married, renew their vows, wonderful romance itineraries. We see a few of them on Goway's site as well that you could pick up. It is a destination which has what we call affordable luxury at multiple levels, whether it's the train journey, the spas, the food, the hotel stay. And it is one of those places where you could get real value for the luxury you perceive. For those of you who are basically need more information on becoming a Thailand specialist, we have a Thai Art Specialist program. If you scan the QR code, you can actually see that, the details on that. It keeps you also up to date on Thailand News, tatnews.org. You have current information on what's happening in Thailand. Once again, we'd like to thank Goway for this opportunity to present to you folks. And like we said at the start of this presentation, it is you advisors, you specialists, your word of mouth, your recommendations to the client that makes it succeed. And of course, with a partner such as Goway, they've got the itineraries, they've got the ability to customize what you need. We hope to welcome all of you to Thailand. Thank you. And apologies for the technical issues, but I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that so much came across in terms of value. You mentioned it a couple of times, Leslie, and I think that's what I hear a lot from travel advisors that I talk to, that not only is it an incredible destination, safe, clean, all the things that we want in a destination, but it also represents terrific value, right? Like Thailand is a great value destination.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I guess that's why it's gaining more and more followers here in North America.
Yes, indeed. If I could add that, lastly, Thailand is, people think of it as a long haul, it's far away destination. It isn't. It really isn't. The connectivity is improved dramatically, and it's exactly 1/2 day away in terms of time zones. You take a day to reset, and you enjoy the beauty of Thailand almost instantly. And we'd love to welcome you there. So,
Awesome. Well, we would love to go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Leslie Machado and the Thailand Tourism Authority. Great to have you with us here today at our Asia Forum. Don't forget, if you are watching us live, we have a few Goway people in the background. If you have any questions, comments, please know that you can absolutely put those into the chat. And we're getting ready to welcome our next presenter. So thank you again from the Thai Tourism Authority. And thank you to all of you out there that are watching us and enjoying our first Asia Forum. Lots of pieces going on here today, but let's keep us moving. Our next presenter, I see him staged right over there. Exo Travel Thailand, Kim Martin Rasmussen. Am I saying that correctly? Awesome. Welcome, sir. A great partner of ours, and continuing on with the Thai theme. Take it away, sir, and tell us all that you have to share with us.
I will. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Where's the presentation?
Clicker's right in front of you there.
Here we go. And hopefully you can see the screen as well. So we're going to continue talking about the amazing Thailand, beautiful country where people can keep coming back again and again. There's so much to explore. So we call it the Land of Smiles, and I know you were just having your session with the TAT, so they were presenting very well, I'm sure. So you have all that information. All right, I get a little bit closer to the microphone for you guys. Here's the map of Thailand. So we will be talking mainly about Bangkok today. We're going to talk a little bit about Chiang Mai in the north, and then some of the beaches in the south, which are some of the key destinations where most of the guests are visiting. One thing that's very important is first to understand how do people get around. And we use these type of vehicles, which is called the Toyota Commuter. So it can be from one person up to 6 people in one van, and they will all have a window seat. So that's the idea. And you're a little bit elevated when you sit in these vans, and you're being taken around the country, the city, day tours, whatever you're doing. But this is the standard vehicle, so you are aware. There's, of course, many other options and upgrades to more luxury types as well, but this will be the default. One thing to mention is the service that we provide, or if you book with Goway, will be tailor-made. So we are doing every quote from scratch. We are making amazing itineraries. We listen to what is being asked from you guys and from the customers, and then we really try to tailor what fits, so we ensure we deliver on the aims and the excellence that we strive for. Talking a little bit about Bangkok, so I'll go through a few trips and some of our recommended hotels, some of the top sellers from Goway. So first is Bangkok City Safari, which is the main key attraction. People want to see Grand Palace Wat Po, the big temples, and we take you around by public transportation, so you get a very good understanding and insight to Bangkok. And normally this works well as a first introduction to the city, so make sure you book this one as one of the first trips in the itinerary. Second is a very popular trip, which is the floating market. So many people coming to Thailand, they seen the pictures of these people in the boats selling all kind of things. And of course, we take people there in the EXO way. So you have a private guide, and we ensure that everyone has a great time, and also get in the boats and try to interact with some of the local vendors on spot. It's normally run as a half-day trip, so you will be able to do this one and then do more things when you get back to the city later in the day. For example, the tuk-tuks and street food, we combine that in this trip called the Twilight Culinary Journey. So here you whiz around in the city when it's nighttime, and you get to experience some very nice street food at 3 or 4 selected restaurants that your guide will take you to. 3 of the hotels that we recommend, so Pullman G. So this one here is a top seller. It's because of the location in the business district, and also it's affordable. So you're getting like a 4-star plus experience at Pullman G. Chatham Riverside is very good for families. They have very good sized rooms, and you can book 2 sites, but we recommend to book the Riverside rooms. So then you are experiencing the river, which is one big pulling point when you go to Bangkok. We also have Mövenpick, which is more a couples resort, and if you want to be in the shopping district called Sukhumvit. So those are the 3 recommended hotels in Bangkok. If we go to the north, we have Chiang Mai. In Chiang Mai, one of the main attractions and most people want to experience is the Doi Suthep, where you go in the early morning and you will have the mountain covered in morning mist, where you see this beautiful temple. The guide will introduce you to the local monks, and you get a little blessing when you're on top. You also go to the local hill tribe, which is located behind the temple. So that's the extra touch we add to this trip. Chiang Mai also caters for a lot of street food. So again, food in Thailand is exceptional. So of course, everywhere you go, we will make sure we include some of these trips.
So if you didn't manage to do a street food tour in Bangkok, then do it in Chiang Mai. The food will be a little bit different in the north, so even if you double up or double down and do both, you can, because it's different experiences. Elephants is also something that people want to experience when they come to Thailand. I think you're all aware of that. And in Chiang Mai, we have the recommendation, which is called Chang Chill, and that is a very sustainable option where the elephants are roaming wild, so basically no interaction, and all is done in the sustainable way that we like to operate trips. 3 hotels in Chiang Mai. So Melia is a new hotel, very comfortable, but also good for children, located in the Night Bazaar area. Ratilana is very Thai style, so if you're looking for that experience where you get Thai style rooms and architecture, go for Ratilana. And Shangri-La is the standard of Shangri-La, as you imagine, but actually this Shangri-La in Chiang Mai is also very good for families, so you can easily book this as a family option. Chiang Rai is another province up in the north, so that's where you have the Golden Triangle, and many people heard about it, the opium history and the museums, and we take people there on trips to show you around and also visit on boats to Lao on the other side of the river. The recommended hotel, we put just one here because this works for all, so you can have families, couples, anyone staying at the Legend. Super nice boutique resort with a very nice GM that we work very close with. So book this as your standard option in Chiang Rai. Phuket in the south. So no one goes to Thailand without having the beach experience, and we have some of the most beautiful beaches maybe in the world. There's many to choose from, but Thailand definitely ranks in the top. When you go to Phuket, make sure you get out on some of these long-tail boats and go out and experience some of the beautiful islands. There is James Bond Island, which is famous from the movie, that we can include on this trip. And we do a picnic lunch and on one of the smaller islands where there is not that many tourists. We also have elephants, sustainable option in Phuket in case you didn't manage to do it in where were we before? In Chiang Mai. Then you can do it in Phuket, and there is the Phuket Elephant Sanctuary is our preferred option. We also have a very local nice dinner where you come to a sustainable farm, so farm to table with Jampa. And the hotels will be the Vidget, which is local standalone villas right on the beach, as you can see there on the picture. So this one is a top seller. It works for if you want a place that's not too busy, the Vidget is a perfect option. Banyan Tree Phuket is a bit more upscale, located at Bang Tao Beach, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in Phuket. And that works really well for couples and families. And Amari Phuket is just off Patong Beach if people are into more action and they want to be where there's more nightlife. Amari Phuket is the perfect choice, but far enough away from the nightlife in case you want to avoid it. So Amari Phuket, very good option there. You have also the pavilions in Phuket, which is located more secluded and gives you the views over the beaches. And we take you to Samui, famous from White Lotus, the TV show, and the room nights on Samui now is really going through the roof. So very popular. We have an island tour where you go to a rum distillery. We have the snorkeling trips, taking you to Koh Tao and Koh Nang Yuan, which is basically from Samui, a day trip. And we also have the Ang Thong National Park, which is another beautiful area you can do by boat. And the hotels will be Hansa, very close to the fisherman village in the north. This is in the Boput area, as you can see, right, the pool right there on the beach. You have Melia Samui, which is the preferred option if you come with families. And we have Rockies if you're looking for something that's hidden away and many people cannot find on their own. Then Rockies Boutique is the hideaway resort. I guess that's it for Thailand. I had to be fast to keep up with the time, but there we go.
Well, you did a great job, and you gave us a flavor and a taste of Thailand. One of the things that I love that you said, land of smiles. I've not heard that before when it comes to Thailand. I 100% agree. Maybe other people have heard it. Is that something you use commonly to describe Thailand? Because I think that's a perfect way to summarize Thailand.
It is indeed. It is the land of smiles, and it's that welcoming touch you get when you arrive in Thailand first time. You meet the local people in eyesight. Everyone smiles, and it's just something they being taught from when they grow up. It's part of the culture, and that's why Thailand is such a genuine tourism destination, and the hospitality is really beautiful there, and you always feel like there's a service level that goes above and beyond.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. People will talk about the hospitality. It's so genuine, and of course, that's something that we're all looking for in a destination. And then the service, the level of service that people experience in Thailand is another thing that you, again, hear mentioned so often from people that have had a chance to visit Thailand. All right, Kim, thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time today, and thank you for being with us and a partner in our Asia Forum.
Thank you so much, and good luck with more elephants coming up.
Yes, exactly. More elephants. You perfectly segue into our next one, and I guess that's something that people always do mention when they think about Thailand. I want to have a authentic, sort of ethical elephant experience when they're there, and we don't blame people for that. And that's exactly what our next guest is going to tell us all about from Elephant Hills, Thailand. You're going to help me with your name. Quang, I got the beginning
Quang,
part.
yeah.
Quang, okay. Sojino?
Sojino. Yeah.
Okay. I will get it figured out by the end of the week, I promise you. Okay. So from Elephant Hills, Thailand, and again, as I mentioned, this is an important one because, again, it's something that comes to mind, Quang, when anyone talks about going to Thailand, and we want to do it properly, right?
Yes.
And that's what you're going to tell us all about. So I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much for having me today, and thank you everyone for joining today. So with Elephant Hills, you might have heard about us before, or you might have not. So yeah, that's why I'm here today to tell you everyone's about Elephant Hills. So we are Thailand's first luxury tented jungle camp. We based in Khao Sok National Park in Surat Thani province. So it's this is the map of the southern part of Thailand. So I think you guys might have heard and familiar with Phuket, Krabi, or Khao Lak. So we are only 1.5 hours from Khao Lak. So Khao Lak would be the closest area to arrive to get to our camp. So we have 2 camps in Khao Sok National Park. We have the Elephant Hills camp, which we have 66 tents on the mainland, and we have 20 tents floating at our lake camp. And we offer 2 to 4 days soft adventure tour package. So we have 1 night, 2 night, and 3 nights package, and they are full board. So it's set tour package. So everything included in the package: accommodations, food, activities, English speaking tour guides, or even door-to-door transfer. So the transfer is our best selling points because we can do pick up and drop off from any hotel or any airport from Phuket, Krabi, Phang, Khao Lak, Surat Thani, Khanom, and all the way to Samui as well. So include ferry ticket to Samui. So basically, you just let us know where your clients or yourself stay before and after Elephant Hills. So I won't go into details about our tours because we only have 10 minutes. So yeah, we have 1 night, 2 night, and 3 nights package jungle safari, so which you can stay at the main camp on the mainland only. And we accept kids from 4 years old. They can stay at the main camp, but if they stay at least for 2 nights at the main camp, they will have a day trip to the lake camp, so they can spend a day, do some kayaking, have lunch, swimming, and back to the main camp to sleep. And if the family with kids up to 7 years old, they can stay for the jungle and lake safari package. So these packages are the one of the most popular packages at our camps because you can get to stay overnight at the lake camp as well. And the Elephant Hills camp, we have 66 tents. So as you can see, we are located in the middle of the rainforest with lush greens area. And We have proper roof over the tents for you as well, because we are located in the middle of the rainforest, so which means it can be rain any day of the year, but it's 28, 29 degree rain warm shower. So compared to the rain in Europe or in Canada, I think a little bit of rain will cool you down as well, because like when you do some jungle trekking, canoe safari in Thailand, it can be hot and humid in the southern part of Thailand. If you've been there before, you know. And every tent we have mosquito net, so keep it closed when you're out and about outside, or when you're inside of the tent. We are located in the jungle, and everything that you need from the hotel room, so we provide for you. We have wooden floor, comfy bed, electricity, even high-speed Wi-Fi in the jungle as well, so you don't miss anything from the social media. So yeah, and in one room we can fit a family of 4 with 2 adults and 2 children. We can put extra bed in for the children, as well as the ensuite bathroom with hot and cold shower, shampoo, conditioner, shower gels, or even hair dryer, so you still look fabulous in the jungle. And any special occasions for your clients, if they come during the honeymoon, anniversaries, or even birthdays, just let us know. We can arrange something inside of the tents for them. And we also have swimming pool with the view as well. And open air restaurant area, so where we serve all the meals. And this is the view from our restaurant. So yeah, my favorite part here is here. And in terms of food, we offer Thai and Western style buffet, and we cook and bake everything on site for any special dietaries, any allergies. So just let us know. We cook on the site for you. For family with kids, we also have pizza, chicken nuggets, French fries, just everything that keep the kids happy during the holiday in Thailand. And the station that keep the adults happy. So we also have very well-stocked bar as well. So we have Singha beer and Chang beer on tap. And the first activity start in, So I want to mention about the eco as well. So we are eco-friendly camp. So we reduce all the single-use plastic at our camps. We do not sell any plastic bottles. You can, you're allowed to bring your own bottles to our camp. Because we have free refill water station around the camp and at the activity areas. And after lunchtime on the first day, so we'll get picked up from the hotel, from the airport in the morning. You have lunch, you get changed, and the first activity start after lunchtime. So this one is the canoe down to the river. You just sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery. It takes about 45 minutes. You don't need to do any work because we have the staff doing everything for you. So there's no hard work here. And after that, we transfer to our elephant park. So this is one of the highlights. So we are home to 10 elephants. And these elephants, they are chain-free elephants. So there's no chain, no ridings, and no hooks here. We are one of the most ethical elephant parks in Thailand, guaranteed by Animal Welfare Awards. So we have won Thailand Green Excellent Awards at the World Travel Market in London for 4 years, and 3 years for the Thailand Responsible Tourism Award as well. We also finalists in terms of the Conserving the Nature World from the National Geographic World Legacy Awards. And you can check the other awards on our website as well. So we also have been audited. We are first elephant camp globally who achieve 100% minimum requirements in terms of the animal welfare. So this one is very important for us because these days animal welfare is very important. So make sure you do some research when you visit the elephant camps in Thailand. But with us, it's observations only. So you don't get the chance to interact with them, but you can help us prepare their food, and just observe them in their natural habitats. And lots of options for you to choose from our buffet line. So if you come during like holiday seasons, we also have gingerbread house for family with kids, some game stations for kids as well. And every evening we have cooking shows, so you can learn how to cook Thai food. So if you stay for 2 days, 3 nights, 3 days, 2 nights, or 4 days, 3 nights, you see different recipe rotate every day. We also support local school kids as part of our children's project as well. So you can bring something for donation. So secondhand English books, secondhand clothes, school stationeries, toys, or just a pen is really means so much to them because the kids in that area, they don't have much. So yeah, just make your holiday mean something as well. So you're not just enjoying your holiday. So you giving something back to the locals. And moving to one of the highlights part, this is my favorite part. So our lake camp, which is 45 minutes from our main camp to the pier, and then you continue by long-tail boats about 45 minutes. So this is the Chialan Lake, so one of the biggest lake in Thailand, and that's where we are located. And after 45 minutes by long-tail boat, you arrive at the lake camp, and this is where you lose your Wi-Fi and phone signal for one night. But yeah, you'll be fine. So just disconnect to the nature and reconnect to the disconnect to the social media and reconnect to the nature. Sorry. And yeah, 2010s located in the middle of nowhere, so it's very beautiful scenery around the camp. We let me remind you again, so we accept kids from 7 years old to stay for the jungle and lake safari package. And nothing is better than camping and having a clean bathroom, right? So we also have hot and cold shower, shampoo, and everything that you need. And from the balcony, you can just jump right into the lake. So it's warm lake all year round as well. So no piranhas or crocodiles here, so it's safe to swim. And food also served on the site for any special dietaries, any allergies. So just let us know. Each tent we have canoes, so you can just untie and go explore. We have paddleboard as well. Jungle trekking is also included in the package. So yeah, everything included in the package except alcohol drink and soft drink. And so yeah, if you just want to chill out in front of the tent, so up to you. So the trek is very beautiful because at the end of the trek, there's a big cave as well, so you can explore the cave and come back before the sunset. So yeah, it's quite popular among honeymooners and couples, like as you can see. Yeah, it's very romantic. And at night, so yeah, you can spot lots of stars as well, but I can't promise you're going to see this because it depends on the weather. And yeah, wake up in the morning, you can grab your canoe and go explore. You might spot some wildlife. They're looking for breakfast early in the morning. We also have other CSR projects as well. You can learn on our website. And moving to our new camp, the Bush Camp Chiang Mai. So I can go quickly on this one. It's a similar idea to Elephant Hills in the south, but just different in terms of the activities and of course the location. So we are located in the south of Chiang Mai, in the northern of Thailand. We do pick up and drop off from any hotel and any airport, and from the Chiang Mai airport as well. So it's only 1.5 hours to 2 hours transfer to our camp. And we have 25 tents in total, located on the top of the mountains. Overlook to the Pings River as well. We have 2-day, 1-night package and a 3 days, 2-night package. They're also full board as well. And so in size of the room, they're much bigger than Elephant Hills in the south. We can fit a family of 4 people as well, with 2 adults and 2 children. The thing that are different than with Elephant Hills in the south is in terms of the activity. So it's more laid back and relaxed here. So you have some downtime for yourself, and for elephant lover as well, I would recommend to stay at the Bush Camp Chiang Mai because you get to see elephant every single day and you learn about the Thai culture as well. So yeah, and you can still prepare them food. And as I mentioned before, you see them every single day and learn about the northern culture, learn to pound rice from the Karen tribe, how they do the curry paste. You can take parts of that as well, learn how to make curry from scratch. And then, yeah, free for cocktails in the evening. So make sure when you visit our camp, stay at by the swimming pool from 5:30 to 6:30 because it's free cocktails for 1 hour. And yeah, that's pretty much all for Elephant Hills and the Bush Camp Chiang Mai. So yeah,
wonderful. Oh my God, it looks amazing. The lake camp. Wow, you must get terrific feedback from people that go there.
Oh yeah, it's like people before they go into Elephant Hills, they always think like ahead, like elephant will be the highlight. But at the end of the day, like everyone said, like the lake was the highlight.
Camp is the highlight. Wow,
yeah.
And you'd be hard pressed to say that was Thailand. You know what I mean? Like just looking at it. So incredible stuff. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, Quang. We really appreciate
so much for
your
having
presentation.
me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And learning more about Elephant Hills and all that comes along with that. Authentic experience. I like what she said. You disconnect from your phones and then you connect to nature. I think we could all use a little bit more of that each and every day in our lives. But anyway, here we are speaking about disconnecting from technology. And we are nothing but technology here today as we go through our Asia Forum. I noticed a lot of you have joined us online in the last little while. So thank you for being here, and thank you for participating with us. A little bit later on, we're going to have a Japan panel come up. And I know, again, this is another destination that everybody wants to learn more about, so we'll please stick around for that. However, next up, we are going to take a trip over to Destination Asia, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. And with us now is Mr. Patrick Chase. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to talking Indochina with you all. Even though I've only got 10 minutes, I can usually go for hours, but I will mind my time today.
All right.
So,
Thank you, sir.
Okay, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us today, and excited to be part of the Goway Asia Forum. My name's Patrick Chase. I'm the Regional Director of Sales for Destination Asia, and I cover the 3 beautiful countries that make up Indochina, which are, of course, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. And I'm just going to go through some of the highlights of beautiful Vietnam at the moment, one of the best touring destinations throughout Southeast Asia. And when clients travel there, it's generally a multi-center. So the best way for you to remember it if you're not familiar with the destination is, of course, the 5 H's. We've got the capital, Hanoi, the limestone casts and the incredible seascape of Ha Long Bay, the ancient imperial capital of Hue, the beautiful UNESCO World Heritage listed merchant fishing port of Hoi An, and of course Ho Chi Minh City, aka Saigon, and the Mekong Delta. So typically when clients travel to Vietnam, they're going to be visiting 4 or 5 of the H's, and then there are, of course, many other great sites that you can visit in Vietnam. Personally, some of my favorite areas are some of the mountain areas in the north, such as beautiful Mai Chau or the limestone casts at Ninh Binh, and, of course, some of Vietnam's stunning beaches. Okay, so let me start with the capital, Hanoi. One of the most interesting and unique cities in all of Asia, I think. It's about a population of roughly 5.5 million now, and it's home to some of the country's most treasured historical sites, including Ho Chi Minh's mausoleum, where you can actually go and watch him lying in state. Not every day, but you can go to see him, and he's, of course, the father of the nation. He reunified Vietnam following the end of the Vietnam War. It's actually, last year was the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War, and I think now it's a country really which is very youthful. It's one of the most emerging, powerful economies in Asia, and you can really see that with the kind of atmosphere and the buzz of Hanoi when you go there, whether it's the French Old Quarter or the atmospheric 36 streets. Absolutely must see. And they've got some wonderful hotels there as well. One of our very favorites is the beautiful Metropole. It's a Sofitel Accor property, dates back to the 1920s. Recent renovation to the Heritage Wing. That was a very painstaking, drawn-out renovation. It's an old French colonial building, but it's just oozing character and charm. It's the grand old dame of Hanoi, and one of my favorite features of it is they actually have a bomb shelter in the hotel that you can go and do a tour of only as a guest, called the Path of History.
Cool.
So a really interesting, unique experience to have there. But for your 5-star luxury guests, there's no other choice in Hanoi as far as I'm concerned. And then let's go on to the second H, Ha Long Bay. You'll notice a couple of dragons that I put into the slide there. There are a lot of dragons in Vietnam. Ha Long Bay is basically named after the legend of the descending dragon, descending on this beautiful seascape and leaving these thousands and thousands of limestone casts like pearls in the ocean, acting as a defense for the people of Vietnam. It's about 2.5 hours from Hanoi, so super easy to get to, and the best way to explore it is, of course, by boat or by ship or by junk. And Ha Long Bay itself is becoming very, very popular now, being a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But it is, obviously, it has a lot of visitors. So the way we recommend that you visit is to do a 1 or 2 night cruise, and that allows you to get a little bit further afield to some lesser known bays like Lan Ha Bay, Bai Tu Long Bay, but whilst also being able to cruise through Ha Long Bay and see those casts. So a really kind of must see overnight junk trip in Vietnam is an essential essential part of any itinerary there. Just quickly, one of my favorites is the lovely heritage Bin Chuan, which is almost looks like a European kind of Danube river cruiser, lovely steel hull, only 20 cabins, lots of space, junior suites, very good value for money. The owner's actually an artist as well, and there's a beautiful art gallery on board, plenty of deck space. Really wonderful way to spend 1, 2, or even 3 nights exploring this beautiful region. Let's jump down to the central Vietnam, and we'll get to our third H of the presentation, the imperial capital Hue. And then you'll notice Da Nang there in the middle, which is one of the kind of big up-and-coming cities of Vietnam. A lot of people are calling it like the Miami of Vietnam now. Wow. And then, of course, to the south of that is the beautiful UNESCO World Heritage listed Hoi An. Out of any of the H's that you see, I think Hoi An is probably, if you were just to see one, this would be the one that you would go to. It dates back to the 14th century. There are influences from the Portuguese, from the French, of course, Vietnamese and Chinese, and even the Japanese. One of the most treasured historic sites in Hoi An is the 14th century Japanese bridge, which is absolutely beautiful. It's surrounded by rice fields and organic farms and mountains, and it's also close to some of the best beaches in central Vietnam. So you can see why it's such a must-see. Every lunar month, every full moon, they also have a lantern festival in Hoi An, where they literally have thousands of lanterns floating on the Thu Bon River, lining the streets. There's some beautiful boutique hotels that you can stay there as well. One of our favorites is the lovely Anantara Hoi An. It's a lovely kind of French colonial property right on the river, just 10 minutes walk from the heritage town in Hoi An. And then let's get down to the south, Ho Chi Minh City. So we've only got time for 4 H's today, but we've seen some of the most important ones, aka Saigon. Home to some of the most important historical sites in the country, including the old post office, the Independence or Reunification Palace. Some of you may remember the imagery from the Vietnam War with the tank crashing through the wrought iron gates as the Americans left Saigon, and that took place at the Reunification Palace. They have a Notre Dame Cathedral there, very, very beautiful. And like the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, it's also being restored and renovated. And it's a great place to, do some food tours and get off the beaten track. One of the best ways to do that is on the back of a vintage Vespa. Super safe, low speed. You ride pillion on the back of the Vespas. Last time I went there, the Vespa I went on was dated back to 1969.
Oh, wow.
So a really wonderful way, to imagine yourself on the streets of Saigon in the humid evening air, surrounded by dozens of other motos all around you, getting down the back alleys and seeing some of the best kind of secret food spots in Saigon. This is a way to really get off the beaten track and to really appreciate and, feel the buzz of the city. It's a must-do experience and suitable for all ages. Okay, and the Mekong Delta, the Rice Bowl of Vietnam, this is one of the most beautiful, vibrant areas of the country, the friendliest people. You can do day trips there, you can do 2 or 3 night cruises in the Delta, and it's also the gateway as a river cruise to get into Cambodia as well. Okay, so Cambodia, is really known for the temples at Siem Reap, the temples of Angkor, and it's a really great add-on to any itinerary that you'll do to Vietnam. So a 5 H's, then over to Siem Reap to see the temples of Angkor. But it's also fantastic for its up-and-coming beach areas, which a lot of people are very, very interested in, and the new kind of very cosmopolitan capital, Phnom Penh. So let me start with Angkor. I mean, really the 3 or 4 main temples to see there are, of course, Angkor Wat, one of the largest religious monument in the world. And then, of course, the famous Face Temple, the Bayon, which forms the centerpiece of the great ancient capital of the Angkor civilization, Angkor Thom. It's just one temple site that's 9 square kilometers to give you an idea of the size of this archaeological site. And then, of course, Ta Prohm, the Tomb Raider temple, made famous in the movie Tomb Raider, starring Angelina Jolie, who remains a very, very strong advocate for Cambodia. She was just out there just a few months ago. So how do you enjoy the temples? I mean, obviously Angkor Wat sunrise is a really, really great time to see it. These 2 pictures were taken by one of our guides, Miss Makara. She just got married, by the way, to one of our operations assistant. His name is Mr. Taxi because he was born in a tuk-tuk. But she got a great picture of this young macaque enjoying the sunrise at Angkor Wat, one of the iconic experiences there. But another thing to do is, of course, Ta Prohm Temple. And one thing we really like to do is to help people avoid the crowds a bit by doing another early start. So go to Ta Prohm early in the morning while everyone else is watching the sunrise at Angkor Wat, and you've got a UNESCO World Heritage Site all to yourself. A fantastic way to see it. The floating villages are also a great thing to see in Siem Reap. Really interesting culturally, and Kompong Kliang is one of our favorites. And we've got a great new intimate exclusive DA food tour that we're doing in Siem Reap with Srey Nu, who's a great friend of ours who does a market and cooking class with your clients. And we've got some really, really great feedback from Goway clients traveling there. Just a quick look at one of the best boutique hotels in town, the beautiful Jaya House River Park, an absolute must-stay for anyone in Siem Reap. And of course, we can have a very quick look at some of the islands and beaches that we have down in Cambodia that really rival some of those beautiful islands in Thailand, with some really nice kind of 5-star hotels there. Jati, a really great 4-star option that we can look at as well. And very quickly, I think if I've got time, I can take people just through Laos.
Yep.
They have a saying in Indochina that in Vietnam they grow the rice, in Cambodia they watch the rice grow, and in Laos they listen to the rice grow. And I think that sums up the kind of laid-back charm that the Land of a Million Elephants have, and of course very much focused around the beautiful city of Luang Prabang in the central part of northern Laos. One of the best places to go and experience Buddhism. Anywhere in Indochina. They have every morning an arms ceremony where you literally have dozens and dozens of monks in their orange robes filing down the street with locals coming out to give them arms. You could even get involved in that, dress up in traditional Lao garments and go out and give the monks some arms as well. And it's home to some of the most treasured pagodas in all of Indochina and Thailand as well. One of the most famous is, of course, the beautiful gilded Wat Sien Tong in the ancient town. Fabulous place to go out and see the Paku Buddha caves as well, a couple of hours north on a cruise on the Mekong, and you come to this beautiful grotto filled with hundreds of ornate ancient Buddha statues, cruise back at sunset to finish off the day, and then of course the lovely Kwangsi waterfalls and the amazing Sun Bear Rescue Center, which does a lot of work to help these beautiful creatures and save them and rehabilitate them from the gallbladder trade in Indochina. So one of the most beautiful places out there as well. And there's some wonderful boutique, lovely properties that you can enjoy, not expensive, sort of French colonial charm in the center of the old town. Or if you want that luxury, you can have that as well. Rosewood, Amantaka, some of the best hotels in Indochina are in Luang Prabang. So thank you very much for your time, everyone. I hope you found that useful.
Yes, very, very much. Now, just a question for you, put you on the spot. Do most North Americans do all three, or is it common to just kind of do one or two, or how does that work?
Yeah, I find unfortunately, a lot of North Americans don't get as much vacation time as us Brits or the Europeans. So you'll often find that they'll do Vietnam or Cambodia and Laos, or Laos and Vietnam. Laos actually combines very well with Thailand as well, with northern Thailand. They're doing a river cruise down there as well. Yeah.
Very good. Awesome. Well, Patrick Chase, thank you, sir, so much. We really appreciate that. Now, I do know a lot of you have been joining us online, and I just want to reiterate, I know we have some, I don't know what the word is, glitching maybe done. Is that the right word? Stuttering, that's a better word. That's what we're not actually stuttering, but our internet, I think, is stuttering a little bit. So we're working through that, and we're hopefully going to have that up and running and improved as we go along. Keep in mind, of course, we are recording today, so that if you missed anything, you joined us late, or you have to leave early, we understand everybody has busy schedules these days. Please know that we are recording this, and we will send you that link. Okay. Let us move along, and of course, continuing the theme of Asia. That's what today is all about, right? We are going to hear from now DTH Travel Malaysia, Marjorie Aquino, Group Director of Sales.
Hello,
How are you? Welcome.
I'm good.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for that. Hi, I'm Marge Aquino. I'm the Group Director of Sales for DTH Travel, and today I'm here to shine the spotlight on one of my favorite destinations that's really close to my heart, Malaysia.
Yep, you've got that clicker right there, and the button on the right should move you forward.
Okay, thank you for that. So, Malaysia is a destination that offers limitless experiences that from a vibrant city of Kuala Lumpur to the UNESCO heritage sites of Malacca and Georgetown to the wildlife and nature of Borneo. Truly, Asia has everything that there is that to offer. Just to show you a few, of course, as mentioned earlier, the city of Kuala Lumpur is the city's vibrant shopping district, business district, and also a gastronomic adventure area. Also, Malacca and Georgetown are UNESCO heritage sites. And of course, my favorite place, Borneo, where you can experience nature and wildlife at its finest. Now, we've prepared exciting programs for you guys. These are unique experiences, off the beaten experiences that you can experience in Malaysia. One of it is Ulu Muda. Ulu Muda is located north peninsular of Malaysia. Now it's 163,000 hectares of rainforest. It's 130 million years of age. Yes, that's correct. 130 millions of age. It's even older than the Amazons. So here you can explore the nature, stay in off-the-grid accommodations. It is also guided by certified conservationists. So you will be learning about the nature and not just elephants. Of course, we have elephants here, but we also have a wide variety of birds, which is suitable for bird enthusiasts. And also, we want to highlight private guide experience in the city, which is Kampong Baru. It's a walking tour in Kuala Lumpur. Now, it's just a stone's throw away from all the skyscrapers. This historical village is there in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. Now you can experience traditional wooden stilt houses, lush tropical gardens, and vibrant, authentic street food scene, and is a premier destination for authentic Malay cuisine. Now, in terms of innovative programs, we have created a train surfing tour. Now, it allows you to travel sustainably from south to north of Malaysia aboard the country's modern electric rail network. Discover UNESCO sites of Malacca and the charming heritage city of Ipoh, all while enjoying low impact and highly sustainable way of transportation. Okay, another unique experience is uphill Dusun stay. Now, we want to go beyond the traditional sightseeing with authentic cultural immersion in Dusun village on the slopes of Mount Kinabalu. So this allows you to really immerse yourself and interact with the locals. Guests can learn how to prepare the local food and enjoy storytelling sessions with the elderlies of the village. It also allows you to experience luxury glamping under the skies. And in the morning, when you wake up, you have the magnificent view of Mount Kinabalu. So what we bring you are authentic, sustainable, and deeply connected local programs that allows you to interact with the communities, experience your clients won't find elsewhere. So in terms of accommodations, we have a wide spectrum of collection from luxury international hotels to boutique hotels that we truly recommend, up to nature lodges that houses some of the nature-inspired accommodation.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So much to experience. Wow. What a fabulous destination. And it's so great to have you here. Thank you
so
very much. And yes, we look forward to doing even more business with you and sending lots of guests your way. Thank you, Marjorie.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So we are moving right along, and I just want to say thank you for all of those folks that are with us online, and thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. Our questions. I think our team of Goway specialists are out there working on the chat and communicating with you. I will mention it again, a couple of things. Prizes. We're going to have some fabulous prizes. I was actually just looking through some of the list, and I'm kind of jealous that I'm not included in the potential draw, but there you go. That's one of the drawbacks of being the moderator or the host, if you will. But some of you, or one of you, and I think it's 6 in total, but I'll confirm that, 6 of you out there that are participating today, that have registered, that are spending some of your Monday with us, 6 of you will be the lucky winners of some fabulous prizes, and of course get to go to these wonderful destinations, travel to Asia yourself, get to experience all that this fabulous region and some of these incredible destinations have to offer. So we are also recording today's event so that if you do miss anything or you want to go back and watch something again, we're going to have a recording link sent to you. We have a booklet as well that will summarize all of our partners that have joined us here today. So you'll have that you can download as well. We'll make sure that is available to you. So lots of resources and lots of things happening on behind the scenes to make this as impactful for you as possible. And again, as I said off the top this morning, we really believe, of course, we believe in our travel advisor partners. First of all, we wouldn't be the company that we are without your business and support. And secondly, we want to support you. We want to show the value of a travel advisor, how important travel advisors have become. And that's what today is really all about. It's really strengthening that that relationship and really bringing some focus to the value of a travel advisor. You are a professional, after all, and we are a great supporter of that, and we're glad to be in business with you. So a lot of what we're talking about today is how we can help you earn more money and, of course, show value and learn as much as you can about Asia. And one of the things that we know is in this business, the more you learn, the more you earn. We know that. That's why we have Goway Pro, which is our travel agent website, gowaypro.com. And there you're going to find our Learning Academy. So Goway Pro Travel Academy is on our travel agent website at Goway Pro. If you're brand spanking new to us, I doubt anyone is brand new to us that is watching, but you may be. You're going to need to go to gowaypro.com and register. And that's also really the best place to start working with us is gowaypro.com. Just to the right of our telephone number is a button called the Quote Now. You click that on, tell us a little bit about what your guests want to do, what they want to experience, where they want to travel. Enter that, submit that. It goes into our CRM, and then it will assign your request to one of our destination specialists. They are the experts. They will then reach out to you, begin that conversation, and we'll get an itinerary out to you within 48 hours so that you can review that with your guest. And that is how it works. Simple as that. Tell us what it is that we need to do. Tell us about that itinerary, and let us get to work for you on that. Okay, I think we're ready to carry on. So let me put my spectacles on here so I can read my small print, my mice print here. Coming up now is Panda. It is a recording. Great. And this will be done by Cassidy Newman, Senior Media and Digital Manager. So, Don, go ahead, hit play, and we'll watch this video.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for your time today. My name is Cassidy. I'm the marketing manager here at Pandow, and I'll be taking you through today's presentation. So who is Pandow and how did we get started? Well, the company began in 1995 by Scottish historian Paul Strachan. Wanting to revive river cruising in Burma, he restored a colonial-era steamer designed after the historical Irrawaddy Flotilla Company. Bringing international travelers to many of the region's remote waterways, we pioneered many of these routes to become the leading river cruise line in Southeast Asia and India. Now, 30 years later, we've expanded to have 17 ships sailing through the region of Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, India, and Burma. Last year, in 2025, we started a new route through the Kerala backwaters, becoming the very first river cruise line to have a 7-night expedition in this region. But the key to our success really lies in our ships. The ships have a shallow draft, which means that we can reach remote destinations that larger vessels cannot. They are intentionally designed to be small, with only 10 to 30 cabins on board. This smaller atmosphere creates what we call the Pandao spirit, and it means personal interactions between crew members and guests, where crew get to learn lots about guest behavior in terms of how they like their coffee, what they order for breakfast, so that there is a white glove type of experience on board. Guests also get to know each other very well, and it is not uncommon for guests to have a second sailing together after their first, because they become such great friends on board. With some of the highest passenger to deck ratio of any ships on Asia rivers, the Pandao experience is an expedition from start to finish. The compact design of our ships mean that we can get directly into city centers, so your guests also benefit from shorter land transfers and more time with the views of the river. There are 2 different sizes of our vessels. The P class are our Mekong vessels. They are the 3-level ships with the beautiful sun deck on top. And the K class vessels are our 2-level ships that sail all of our other routes. The stateroom is perhaps one of my favorite areas of the ship, and that is because they bring together that historical feel and colonial character with the modern day comforts that you would come to expect from a 5-star hotel. With over 15 square meters of space, you can lay in bed and look out your panoramic French windows to see the river from the comfort of your own room. Guests also have the flexibility to choose between 2 different configurations for their room. They can have 1 large king bed, as shown as this main image, or 2 twin beds here if they're sharing with a friend or family member. If your guest is looking for added room, our Mekong route also has what we call the Tonle Suites. It is a luxurious option for added space and comfort, which also includes a private butler, time in our sauna or steam room, and in-room Wi-Fi and cable TV. This is a great option for families that are traveling together that just need a little more space than our 15 square meters stateroom. The Tonle Suites run about 30 square meters, so give you double the space for your guests to travel in. The food and beverage on board is delicious, but I might be biased. We have a plethora of different options, including both local and international cuisine. Breakfast tends to be a mix of both eggs made to order and fruit that you can choose from. At lunch and dinner, you have plated entrees. Dinner also includes appetizers, soup, and dessert. And of course, we would be remiss to not mention the happy hour with signature cocktails and canapes made by the chef on board. Here's a couple of images from our dining team. All of our guests have mineral water, coffee, and tea included in their rate, and then they have the flexibility to upgrade to one of our drink packages or pay for the drinks as they go. On our India sailings, we do include beer and spirits, as well as house wine at both lunch and dinner. Also, I should point this out, our staterooms also have seating in front of them, so you have the privacy, if you so choose, to hang out just in front of your stateroom if you do not want to go up to the sun deck. Life on board is entertaining, and has a mix of experiences depending on what you're interested in. Our chefs tend to head up cookery classes and demonstrations so guests can learn new recipes from the region they're sailing through and bring them home with them. They can tour the working ship to learn how our Pandao vessels operate. We also try and bring in local entertainment from the regions that we're sailing through. So on the Mekong, for example, guests can see shadow puppet performances, which are local from Cambodia, or you can get up early and do some Tai Chi or yoga on the sun deck, as well as we have the option of listening to our local guides do historical talks and share information in some of our dining rooms. You can see here a couple images from one of our India chefs preparing a cooking demonstration on board. And then here is some yoga on the sun deck, a lion dance performance on the sun deck, and one of our chefs doing a fruit carving demonstration. Our Mekong ships also have a spa, so guests have the option to book a nail treatment if they would like a manicure or a pedicure, as well as massages or time in the steam or sauna. Onto our excursions. Pandao use an all-inclusive format, so guests can do as much or as little as they want. And as I mentioned before, that shallow draft ship means that we are often bringing guests into local communities along the river that don't always see very much international guests. So you will go through guided walks through villages. You might do a boat trip on a sampan. You might go and see local artisans at work. Some of our ships also have mountain bikes as well, so you can do an independent cycling with the direction from the crew about your best route to explore. And you always have a tour guide able to help translate and bring you to destinations that you might not be able to see on your own. And here are a few images from some of our excursions. What's new from 2026, which I think is going to be a big benefit for travel agents, is our short cruise. This is a connector between Saigon to Phnom Penh, and like I said, directly from the city center to city center. It is a 3-night sailing, so super easy to add into wider itineraries, and it takes guests into the Mekong Delta, so it adds a lot of beautiful scenery on what might be an otherwise boring overland transfer. Guests get to go through fruit orchards, they'll see some local pagodas and have views of the Delta below, and then they'll end in Phnom Penh, where they're able to continue the journey from there. That is our introduction into Pandao. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.
And wonderful. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us today and being part of our first ever Asia Forum. We're glad that you are with us and that you are watching here today. Perhaps you're watching live. If you are, we are grateful for that. Keep in mind, we're recording this, so you will get a recording of it. Maybe you're watching us on the recording. Either way, we're glad you're here. And, of course, this is an investment on your time as well as ours, but we believe it's important to continue to support travel advisors and learning as much as you can about new regions and new destinations. That is who Goway is, and that's really the purpose of today's event. We believe very much in the education. It's why we have our Goway Pro Travel Academy. That can be found at gowaypro.com. And all of those other good things that we talked about, you can find at gowaypro.com, including our loyalty program. Some of you know that we do have a loyalty program, and that's good and important. And we are getting our panel set up. So everybody's coming in to take a seat. Japan is on everyone's lips, it seems, when it comes to Asia. And it is growing in popularity. I want to say it might be number 2 or number 3 in terms of our top destinations right now here at Goway. So we felt like what better way to help you on the education of Japan than by having a panel rather. And so we're going to get an opportunity to hear from all of our folks that are here supporting us on behalf of Japan. We know that's an important part. And I think, Don, you're going to moderate this, so I'm going to vacate the chair turn it over to you, sir, and your Japan panel. Sit back, relax, folks. More to come. Of course, we've got lots more coming up this afternoon, and don't forget we've got prizes as well. All right, I'm going to get out of the chair for you, Don.
Thank you, Ian. Michael, if you'd like to join us on our left. Thank you, everyone. Oh, there we go. We're all set. Michael, we just talk into the mic, nice and close. Same with you, Olivia. Thank you very much. Okay, then. You now have about, I think, 40 minutes or so of all things Japan. And we're going to start with a panel. I don't have everyone's title in front of me. I'm very, very sorry. So I'll mention your name. If you could then give us your title, please. So we have Kenji-san at the end. Kenji, you're from?
I'm from JTB.
JTB?
Yep.
I do remember Olivia's surname, Hernandez, because it's not very Japanese, Hernandez.
I'm obviously not Japanese myself, but I've been living in Japan for 9 years.
Okay.
8 years with Destination Asia Japan, and I am the head of leisure FIT.
And your accent doesn't sound very Latin either.
Yes, it is very Latin indeed. I'm from
is?
the Canary Islands in Spain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Wow, that's a long way away. And we have Michael. And Michael, you're from?
I'm from Japan World Tours.
Yep.
And so we are based in Tokyo.
Okay, then. So again, if I ask all our speakers to kiss the microphone, basically, just so our listening audience can hear us. So the reason we're focusing on Japan today and at our live shows tomorrow in Toronto, then in San Francisco, is here at Goway, and I think you could all say, not just with Goway, but Japan is very, very popular at the moment with international tourism. Is that correct?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So for us here at Goway, it's our largest seller within the Asia department. And with it, now I don't sell Asia. I do have Latin experience, but not Japanese experience in that respect to selling. But I do know from speaking to our destination specialists that there's a lot of intricacies and special things about when they visit Japan, from organisation, from trains to accommodation, to the choices of accommodation, etc. So we will talk about some of those today. I have some questions obviously right in front of us. We'll try and get through them all. If not, we can come back to them at a later date. So as I just mentioned, Japan is a booming right now. So from your vantage point on the ground, because you're all based actually in Japan, because Olivia, you said you've been living in Japan for 9 years.
For 9 years, correct.
Kenji-san, you are Japanese and live in Japan. Michael, you're the same, correct?
I actually live in Toronto, but the business is in Japan. I travel to Japan about 4 or 5 times a year.
Right, okay, fair enough. Okay, so what do you think is driving? Why is Japan so popular? Kenji, would you like to start?
Yeah. Recently, Japanese yen is so weak against the US dollars and Canadian dollars. So everything looks so cheap for many travelers. And some of the clients just come to Japan for shopping.
Right, really?
But also some of the exclusive activity are reasonable for many of them. So yeah, Japan is becoming so popular.
Okay, Libby, would you agree, disagree, or want to expand on that?
I do agree. I think it was the momentum after reopening after COVID, because the country was closed for almost 3 years. And then is what Kenji-san said, that the yen is now weak compared to the US dollar, to the euro, etc. So I'm going to give you an example, Don.
Please.
Before COVID, we have the backpackers staying anywhere. After COVID, now they can't even afford staying in a 3-star hotel, backpackers, because it's cheaper.
Really?
Right? Yeah. When I go back to my country on holidays, let's say I feel like I'm bankrupt. That's the opposite from our clients. They say that now going to Japan most of the time is good value for money. And you can see in Ginza, in Tokyo area, a lot of people lining up in stores such as Christian Dior, or Chanel, because now buying a bag there is cheaper.
Okay, because it's interesting, because I had this conversation with Moira, who you would have hopefully met this morning via digitally, that is, who's our VP of the Asia department. And I'll get Michael to expand on this, because my wife actually said to me last night, she had some friends who'd been to Japan recently, and they said it was very, very affordable. I went, really? I always thought Japan was, at times very expensive, if not expensive. She said, no, they found it affordable. So I spoke to our team this morning and said, can you clarify affordable for me? And what they came up with was a comparison of food, etc., would be cheaper than, say, Toronto or New York.
Yep.
Accommodation would, again, it varies. There's different choices, but on par, it would be the same as Toronto or New York. So in that world, it is very affordable. So do you also agree, Michael, that's one of the reasons you see people looking at Japan more, because that past reputation, at least, of it being expensive is not the case anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. The Japanese yen has been weakening over the last couple of years, and that has helped a lot with affordability and package tours to Japan being almost cheaper than going to Europe these days.
Really?
However, I think one of the things that we tend to forget as well is, a destination can be cheap, but it doesn't mean people will go. I believe Japan, the product Japan is a really good product. So, and on top of that, it being affordable makes it, very attractive for people to go. And that's been, I believe, the big reason of a big surge in numbers to Japan.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also think that even when Japan was more expensive than it is now, the country itself is an attraction. Like people they'd be willing, and we're talking past now, and it's even more promising that it is more affordable now. But because the country is so culturally rich, so ancient in its history, and yet at the same time so modern, and all the flashing lights and bells and whistles in very general terms is there. So it's still, even if costs were a bit higher, the country itself is so attractive for all those reasons. So on that note, I'll throw this to anyone. If people are looking to book a trip and a client comes to one of our agents out there and they're saying, the first question is, one, is it affordable? Which we've ascertained it is, much more so than it was. How long should I spend? So let's start with Michael. So there's the class, is it the Golden Route? Is that the term? Golden Route, which is?
Which is Tokyo, Hakone, Kyoto, and Osaka.
Okay, so generally speaking, a first-time traveler, that's what they'll do. Like there is so much more to Japan than that, but first-time traveler, that's probably what they would hit. So let me hit Michael with that question. First-time traveler doing the Golden Route, to quote the question here, what's the sweet spot in time or length of time?
From North America, it is a long-haul flight. You're looking at anywhere from 9 hours from the West Coast to 12, 13 hours flight from the East Coast. So it's not a destination you would go for the weekend type of thing.
Right, even for Disneyland.
Right. So I believe the sweet spot for, just kind of a highlights to do the Golden Route type, we'd be looking at about 9 to 10 nights in Japan.
Okay, and that will give you the Golden Route in comfort,
right?
In regards to time and
However,
not being too rushed.
I believe most people going on such a long flight across to Japan tend to stay a bit longer than that.
Okay.
So we see the trend about 2 weeks, 13, 14 nights, up to about 20 nights or so for some people who have a bit more time, semi-retired people, retired people who would spend a bit more time.
So are those numbers reflective of North American travelers or travelers in general?
Actually, North American travelers do tend to spend a little bit longer than regional tourism, from around Japan. Where the flights are 4 or 5 hours from Singapore, from Taiwan, or from
Okay, yeah, because often a lot of our agents out there will deal with American clients, so they don't have those who are not retired don't have as much holiday time. So often we find Americans will travel lesser times than Canadians. But again, when you start throwing in the semi-retired and fully retired, it becomes a different conversation. So beyond the Golden Route, Olivia and Kenji-san, let's say you've done the Golden Route and you're going back for a second visit and you may be looking at Kyushu or, I don't know my geography that well, northern Japan or other areas of Japan. For a second trip, what would be a good period of time to visit other regions of Japan?
Yeah, I'll say the Kanagawa is a best probably destination in addition to the Golden Route, because we'll probably talk about the over tourism later, but the Kanagawa is not so much crowded compared with the Tokyo and Kyoto, and Kanagawa's got lots of history and lots of the craft work studio everywhere around the Kanagawa city. So if they want to to focus on the more culture and history and the things to do and the place to go, Kanazawa will be the best place to enjoy in addition to the Golden Route.
Okay, and Olivia, because again, this is sort of Kenji-san led into the next question of over-tourism, which is not just something that's happening in Japan, but it's a worldwide phenomenon.
It's a worldwide problem.
Yeah, so more and more people are looking at getting away from using Japan, the Golden Route. Now, again, first-time travellers will probably do it because it's the highlights.
They will still probably
but
do the Golden Route. But in my opinion, I would say that we have this problem with over-tourism in Japan, unfortunately. There's, as it is probably the number one destination now for travelers around the world. We see it all the time on social media. And I have... every month I get at least one message from someone in my country saying, hey, I'm going to Japan, can you please help me? My friends, my family, we see it everywhere. So I would say that we have seen people wanting to go a little bit off the beaten path. That is now one of the trends that we have seen in Japan. And to me, still, for example, for first-time travelers, they still will have to do the Golden Route, but we can maybe do it with a twist.
Yes.
And what we are trying, for example, at my company at Destination Asia Japan, it's to, for example, promote Nagoya as a city and Aichi Prefecture. Because Nagoya, as I said, is not really like different from Tokyo. It's a smaller city. It has nothing really special about it. What it makes it special is that it is still in the way from Hakone to Kyoto, and it has a lot of little villages around in the main city where you can do a lot of experiences, hands-on experiences, see the local life, and that's what we are trying to promote. And then, of course, other areas such as Kyushu. For example, if we have clients that are interested in experiencing the onsen, they will probably go to Hakone, right? But don't forget about Beppu, which is also an onsen town, right? And that's located in Kyushu, right?
Okay.
And also we have seen a lot of clients asking for Hokkaido, which is the island in the north, and not only for ski holidays, but also for summer, because there's a lot of nature-related activities that clients could do there.
Right, that's okay. A few things that you mentioned there. One is we have done a really good webinar on Kyushu. If anyone wants to go into our Goway Pro area, you can find that, because Kyushu is a burgeoning destination within Japan, again, looking away from the Golden Route. Going back to Michael's point of people spending extended time, linking back to Olivia's comment there that you would do the Golden Route if you're a first-time travel, but then adds a twist, adds something on, Kyushu or Hokkaido, like something you're skiing even. And then there are certain niche things, like there's Disneyland, there is anime, I believe, is a very popular thing as well now. So there's more than just the usual, again, to Japan as well. Now, one thing I need to point out too is we have 3 representatives here from different companies in Japan. I think we have another 2 people speaking after this, because I think Kenji-san will present himself in a moment. And then we have 4 or 5, I think, Japan representatives coming up. So that goes to, Japan's not complicated, but there are different areas that different people specialize in. So as I mentioned, there's anime, which some people do. There's the Disneyland, there's the standard stuff, all that sort of thing. So from structuring an itinerary, we'll start with Kenji-san, am I right? Is it complicated to build an itinerary for Japan, from booking accommodation, be it a 5-star Marriott, to maybe a ryokan, to the bullet trains, to private transport, public transport? Is it easy for an agent to build an itinerary?
So they need to learn and creating the good itinerary for hearing the agents and the clients, and because many clients and will talk to what they want to do in the bucket list. But if it's too much, and it's really hard to make it a realistic itinerary. So we'll just communicate with the agents frequently, and how many days and what they have to do, and then they will help them to create and make it like 7 days or 10 days or something realistic.
Okay. Olivia, let me ask you this question as a foreigner. Getting around Japan, if you don't speak Japanese, and if you want to maybe get off the beaten track, which we're all recommending. So if someone is basically Goway books your trains or your transfers, but you're walking around the streets, or you want to do something, you want to go out for dinner on your own. Communication. I would assume English is widely used in the bigger cities, maybe in the small villages not so much, but is getting around easy?
Oh, Don, I have to say that usually Japanese don't feel comfortable talking in another language.
Oh, really?
But
Okay.
even if they don't speak the language, they will always try to help you.
Okay.
No question about that.
Right.
Even if you are in little villages, there will always be someone wanting to help. But as I said, Japan is so popular now that even in other cities such as Kanazawa, Takayama, you can see the signs in English as well. It's not difficult
really?
to navigate, but that's why you are also using a DMC, right? Because
Yes, of course.
we are the experts, right? And when building up an itinerary, we make sure that everything makes sense, right? And many times we have the question of, oh, it's so difficult to sell Japan. It is not difficult to sell Japan. The only thing that we need to keep in mind is that some things might work differently than in other countries, but at the end of the day, everything works, right? And there is always a reason behind it. When we say we can't do this or we don't recommend it, it's because we know it's not a good idea. There is a reason behind it.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think Japan is a wonderful country, and even if you don't feel comfortable going there not knowing Japanese, or you see the letters that are different and so on, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the... I was in Japan many, many years ago. I can't call myself an expert on it, but I think Japan's famous for one, its politeness, its organization, everything being generally on time and structured well. Michael, is self-driving a good choice for Japan? Is it chaotic in any way, driving, be it in the cities or remote areas?
It's something that's growing in Japan. There tends to be more demand for self-driving, but to address back a little bit, step back about over-tourism and self-driving.
Sure. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yep.
So over-tourism, Japan does not suffer from over-tourism. It's Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka.
Right, the Golden Route. The Golden Route,
over-tourism.
Yeah.
So a lot of other areas in Japan, such as, the two islands of Kyushu and Shikoku, there's no over-tourism.
Okay.
And those are wonderful places to visit. And so, in those places, there's not a lot of people who live there. It's all countryside. It's rice farms and rice fields. It's really beautiful mountains. And the highways are beautiful roads, highways, and anybody can drive. There's no traffic. It's easy to drive. And the car rentals in Japan, they provide you with a GPS in English and everything.
Okay.
And so it's quite easy. Us here from North America, we just have to get used to driving on the other side of the road.
Right.
That's sometimes it takes a little bit getting used to, but more and more people from Canada and the U.S. now are doing self-drives, especially in Kyushu and Shikoku, sometimes in Hokkaido as well.
Really? Excellent. Well, because I'm an ex-guy and I love driving around, and it's good to hear. And again, I'm an Australian, so I'm going to say in Japan they drive on the correct side of the road, because we drive on the same side as Japan. A question, I'll throw this out to anyone who'd like to answer. Booking times, as in booking ahead. Now, obviously, I would say for anything in the Golden Route, based on Michael's statement, not claim, of over-tourism and let's not use the word over-tourism, which it is, it's popularity. So booking ahead for the Golden Route versus maybe booking ahead for somewhere like Kyushu, and particularly things like for cherry blossom season, how far should people, we'll go right to left again. Can you say how far ahead should someone be looking to book and arrange their trip?
During the cherry blossom season, it's really hard to book the hotel if very short notice.
Right.
So we normally suggest to book the hotel around the September to October, so that the yearly rate for the next year will be available at that timing.
When is the cherry blossom season, just for those who don't know?
Sorry. Cherry blossom season normally around the Tokyo to the Kyoto, something like late March to early April.
Okay, so you're saying booking September the year before.
Yeah,
okay.
so something like more than half a year before.
Okay.
Yeah, there are several options for 5-star hotel to 4-star hotel, and yeah, you got a lot of choices, and you can choose the hotel according to their budget.
Okay, so I would assume, Olivia, that booking ahead, be it for Cherry Blossom or in general, is primarily your hotel's the biggest obstacle to book at a certain time ahead.
Yeah. Certainly, the many hotels that book out if something like 1 month before the cherry blossom season. So.
Okay, Olivia, and maybe other areas, do you have a bit more lead time, say Kyushu or other areas?
I think it doesn't matter which part of Japan you're traveling to. I would recommend people to do it as soon as possible. I always say for Japan, the sooner the better, right? And now, for example, in my opinion, the biggest bottleneck is not really the hotels, it's the guides.
Really?
Because
Okay.
if you wait too long to book, for example, for March or April, probably all the good guides are already booked for other trips.
Okay. Right.
So this is something that I always recommend to our clients, and it doesn't matter if it is Kyushu or if it is Kansai area. The sooner the better, because also there are a lot of local experiences such as dinner with a geisha, tea ceremony, sumo lunch that gets fully booked, especially during peak season, right? And it probably clients will still have the opportunity to book a hotel and go to Japan, but you're going to miss all those local experiences.
Okay, well, that's good. That sort of touches on one of our other questions, which I'll come back to in a moment. So, Michael, do you agree with, I guess you would agree with that because you're in the same position.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, book as early as you can. I agree with Olivia, and obviously with a surge in demand for tourism in Japan, there's a shortage of guides. I do agree with that. And to get the good guides, you have to book early. I always suggest, 1 year out. I say, people ask me, I say 1 year.
Okay.
All right, it's easy, and we know flights open up like 11 months ahead.
Correct. Yeah.
So 330 days, you can book your flights, book your package. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess on erring on the side of real caution, a year out, but no later than 6 months, particularly for cherry blossom, but 6 months in general. Now, again, it's like any destination. You might have a last-minute request, and we will go looking for you in partnership with our partners to find you space. But like many things, if you want your choice of hotel and or experience, you need to book, as Michael says, as far ahead as you can to guarantee or closely guarantee getting a guide.
And as well,
yes,
if
please.
I may add, the prices will be better. The later you book, the prices
more
go up,
expensive,
obviously.
which is common as well. Okay, and that's I think a very important thing that Olivia brought up about the guides, because a lot of people think there's guides everywhere, which there generally are, but good guides, certified, registered guides as well, because I believe all your guides in Japan need to be trained and registered, correct?
Well, from our point of view, in Destination Asia, we do training with all the guides, right? And they go through different interviews and a process before they start working with us. However, now the law has changed in Japan, and you don't now need like a document or anything to say that you are an official guide.
Oh, you
Anyone
don't?
can do it.
Oh,
And let
okay.
me tell you something, Don. Probably you don't know this, but the majority of our guides are not young people. There's not really a young generation. It's just people that has retired professors, teachers,
Okay.
that they still think that they can do something more, and they become guides. And they are good, of course, because they have the knowledge and they love their country and they speak the language, right? But there's not like a younger generation of guides going in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. Michael, this one, in a response Olivia gave a minute ago about guides and booking ahead, she mentioned things like geisha, is that the correct pronunciation? Called geisha? Geisha tea, sumo lunch. You mentioned something else?
Tea ceremonies, for example.
Tea
but there's
ceremonies.
a lot of more experiences that you can do in Japan.
Well, that was my question to Michael. What else can you do that's different that you could add on to a golden route, or just go and do specifically that's different than the usual?
The experiences, like the traditional ones, are tea ceremony, geisha experience in Kyoto, but there are many, many other things you can do in Japan. You can do one thing that's really popular these days is doing some cooking classes in Japan.
Yeah.
That's very popular, so you can get hands-on and learn how to roll sushi, and then you can have it for your own lunch. You can make your own lunch. However, there are other things. Japan is very famous for knives, and something that's really, becoming popular now. People want to have a knife experience, where you can actually go and see them forge a blade, and then you can you don't do it yourself, but you kind of put the handle on it.
Sure,
and you can engrave your name on the blade, and you have a nice souvenir from Japan.
Okay. Nice.
And so little things like calligraphy,
Yes.
is quite unique as well in Japan. If you have families traveling, you can have origami classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask, Kenji-san, so with those examples, you could do that as a half-day experience or a day experience, but if someone wanted to learn calligraphy, and one thing I have on my social feeds is Japanese masters who make the teapots. You watch them out of the clay. That's right. If someone wanted to do that for a week or 2 weeks, can that be arranged?
It's definitely necessary to book in. It's necessary to book in advance.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But it could be done if someone, or a group or a club who were into pottery or calligraphy. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but if they had that request, they could request of it?
Yeah, that's necessary, yeah.
Can you do homestays in Japan? Can you live with a family for a day, a night, extended periods of time?
Well, homestay a little bit hard to arrange,
right?
Because and service quality is not really secure. So we do for the school groups occasionally, but for the schools not really popular for our market.
Really?
So yeah, but we arrange the home visit.
Home visit, okay.
And we'll arrange the home visit and do cultural activity.
Okay.
Like a calligraphy or tea ceremony at the home.
Okay.
So that would be more, suitable for the first timer and the people really want to experience Japan.
Okay. Okay, so we're running out of time, I believe. Ian, do you know? Am I coming up? Okay, so I've got one question for the three of you before we sign off. If I'll go left to right this time. We'll start with Michael. If you had one piece of advice for a travel advisor trying to sell more Japan, what would it be?
Don't wait. Add Japan to your product portfolio right now. Get some training in the destination and proactively offer it to your clients. Don't wait for them to ask you for Japan. You'd be surprised how many people accept your proposals.
Well, there you go. Olivia?
I would say focus on experiences, not only in the destinations. Ask your clients what they would like to experience in Japan and build the itinerary around that.
Okay, then. And Kenji-san?
So the question again?
The last question is one piece of advice for our travel advisors on how to sell more Japan.
Okay, so tell the story.
Tell the story. Okay.
Yeah, and then we are not selling the price, so we are selling the value.
Right.
So we have to tell the story and to make the dream designer.
Okay, so you have met here three of our partners. You'll meet another two or three as they present. So we are backed up. Goway are backed up by people on ground who know the country very, very well. And our destination specialists, many have lived in Japan. If they haven't, they travel there extensively. So they know the destination probably not as well. Some do, as well as our partners here. But between the team of us here, as our guest here, Dave said, present Japan. It's an affordable option now. Come up with or ask your clients for what they want to do, from just the stock standard golden route to something a bit more involved with some of the special experiences we mentioned. And in partnership, we'll put together that perfect itinerary for you. So on that note, I'd like to thank our guests, Kenji-san, Olivia, and Michael. We're now going to transition across. Kenji-san's going to stay where he is. He's now going to present. Well, thank you. Are you coming back to present as well, Olivia? Today? No, not today. Michael, are you coming back? So we'll have Michael back as well. So we're now going to transition out live on camera. So Kenji-san, I'll ask you to remain. And we'll get Ian back in his seat and we'll move on to our next presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don, that was great. I learned quite a bit, actually, from that panel. And most importantly, and as I've said this before, I kind of alluded to it. Don, you talked a little bit about it during the panel as well. Japan is the country that is getting so much attention right now. I think off the top, Moira said it's hot. figuratively and probably literally. It is a destination that everybody wants to learn more about, and for good reason, because our guests are demanding it. Our guests are saying, hey, we're interested in travel to Japan. Maybe not this year, but certainly next year and beyond. And we certainly see that here at Goway, that's going to continue to grow in popularity. So thank you so much to our panelists. As Don alluded to, they're going to have an opportunity to come back and present individually. And right off the top, we're going to start. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can properly introduce JTB, Global Marketing and Travel, and Kenji-san, welcome. Thank you, sir, for being here and for being part of the panel. We're going to turn it over to you now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here today. My name is Kenji Tamai of JTB Group. JTB Group has a proud history of over 100 years, established a legacy in the travel industry. For inbound travel to Japan, we are leading presence in both transaction volume and market share. Firstly, please watch a video introducing JTB Global Marketing and Travel and our passion for Japan travel. Okay, we JTB GMT go beyond typical sightseeing tours. We offer many kinds of trips, including unique tours for those interested in things like gardens, architecture, or food, what we call special interest tours. We also successfully manage luxury tours for high-end individuals using a private jet and even large-scale projects like post-cruise tour for over 400 guests. We are capable of various dietary requirements such as vegans, gluten-free, or any other specific needs. Our strong point is to create truly bespoke, one-of-a-kind itinerary that perfectly align with each client's unique visions and preferences. And our extensive network is one of our greatest strengths. We have the highest number of contracts with suppliers in Japan, and this number continues to grow. We boast about 7,300 accommodation partners across Japan, including more than 2,800 traditional ryokans. We also work with over 1,000 licensed guides who can provide services in English and many other languages. Furthermore, we have access over 1,000 dedicated vehicles, including private cars and coaches from over 500 companies available on short notice. And when it comes to travel to Japan, the golden routes remain incredibly popular, covering Tokyo, Hakone, and Kyoto. It's a classic itinerary for a reason. typically, visitors arrive at either Tokyo, Narita, or Haneda Airport, and then travel westwards, exploring various attractions. Finally, depart from Osaka Kansai International Airport. These routes offer a fantastic introduction to Japan's diverse culture, stunning landscapes, and energetic cities. We have deep expertise in designing unforgettable experiences along this iconic path and beyond. Even within these classic itineraries, we offer unique activities that provide truly special moments, making your client trips unforgettable. The 3 activities introduced here are all experiences that we confidently recommend. Among them, I'd like to introduce one in particular, then vegetarian cuisine and special temple visit at Tenryuji. This package offers an exclusive viewing of Tenryuji Temple and Cloud and Dragon painting, usually closed to the public, followed by exquisite Shojin ryori, which is Zen Buddhist vegetarian cuisine. You will enjoy the gentle, delicious Zen flavors made with seasonal Kyoto vegetables. And furthermore, a Zen sermon led by an American monk is also available upon request. Experiencing like this a prime example of our JTB exclusive plan. It combines local tourism resources with JTB extensive network to offer extraordinary travel plan. These are just a few examples of how we incorporate elements unique to Japan and exclusive to JTB GMT so that your clients can truly feel that they made the right choice in selecting us. And Sunrise Tour is a brand of package tours, primarily focusing on the seating coach tours across Japan. Most tours include experienced English-speaking guides and comprehensive support, ensuring a comfortable, worry-free journey. Let's quickly highlight some of our most popular one-day tours. Our Mount Fuji and Shizuoka Wasabi Farm tours offer a unique day trip from Tokyo with a Shinkansen train boarding and an exclusive Hokusai-themed train for stunning views, and guests can experience authentic Japanese wasabi with all 5 senses. And our highly popular Ghibli Museum bus tour guaranteed entry to the often sold-out Ghibli Museum, followed by exploration of architectural museum with a strong flavor of Ghibli films. And now let's look at our comprehensive sunrise combination package tours. Our quintessential Japan Golden Route package is perfect for first-time visitors. Guests experience a thrilling Shinkansen ride, and our English-speaking staff will provide seamless support for transport and luggage delivery. From next year, Mount Fuji experience will be enhanced with our Hokusai special train. And we also offer a diverse package options, including more affordable 6-day tours and longer 9 or 10 days itineraries. And in addition to these package tours, we offer about 200 other exciting tour options. And our brand promise is simple. Perfect moments always. We provide total support at every stage of the journey, ensuring that every client and every group and every moment is handled with genuine hospitality. We don't just deliver trips. We build long-term partnerships. We are committed to creating unforgettable memories for your client in Japan. Thank you for your time and attentions, and we look forward to working with you to create many perfect moments for your clients. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. That was wonderful, and we truly appreciate the partnership with JTB, everything that you do to help support us in our endeavor to put those itineraries together for your guests and make sure that their experience in Japan is truly unforgettable. And I think that encapsulates it very nice, Kenji. Thank you so much, sir. All right, we are going to continue along, and I just want to make mention of the fact that I see so many of you have joined us again online. Thank you for being with us live. Remember, we have our chat, so any questions you may have, put it into the chat. We've got some Goway folks here that are working the chat and are happy to engage with you. So anything we can do to help improve your experience here today and the learning part of this process, because that's really what it is all about. Now, I think we're just waiting for a couple of more folks to join us because we're going to continue on Japan for at least another, 20 minutes or so. Then we're going to have a break a little bit later on. But Japan is, like I said, it's on the lips of everyone, it seems. Not to mention the fact that, of course, all of the other destinations that make up Asia and our partners, that continues to grow, whether it's Thailand, we've heard, of course, Cambodia, Vietnam, all of those fabulous destinations. So we're going to continue our tour through Asia. And as we settle in here, I'm going to turn the controls over to our two new guests. I think we have two. Yes, we do have two. And make sure I'm doing the pronunciation correctly. First of all, Keo Plaza Hotel, correct? I said that right.
Keo Plaza, yes.
Keo.
Keo. Yes.
Keo. Okay, that's good. Yep. So I'm gonna be an expert on my Japanese by the end of this week. So joining us are Yuki.
Yes.
Let me try this last name. Ishiha.
Perfect. Thank
yeah?
you. That's
Oh,
a perfect
wonderful.
pronunciation.
Okay, excellent. That's marketing manager.
Yes.
And then right next to me is Ms. Yuka Saito. Okay. I went the other way. I should have gone the other way. Okay. Very good, ladies. Thank you for joining us. And we will turn it over to you now.
All right. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much today for joining us. First of all, thank you, Goway, for having us. This is a pleasure to be a part of Goway Asia Forum. And I am very excited to show you, audience, why Keo Plaza Hotel Tokyo remains #1 hotel in Tokyo. So I don't have a lot of time, so I like to focus on three main points. First is location. So you see the circle. Let me click that. Oops, there we go. So you see the circle on the map. So that's the train system goes around the center city of Tokyo. So we are west side of the loop, Shinjuku. Shinjuku Station is one of the main stations. So you can go from there to other major neighborhood by subway, train, very, very easily. And getting to the hotel from airport is also very, very easy. Just get on non-stop airport limousine bus, both Narita and Haneda Airport. Very, very easy to get to the hotel. All right, moving on to the heart of action. You see the Shinjuku Station in the middle, and our hotel is only 5 minutes walking distance to the west. So it's very easy to get to the hotel. And all around this station, this is where your client can enjoy, shopping, and they will find countless dining options, nightlife, cultural site, and some beautiful parks all nearby. And the Shinjuku is very exciting neighborhood, very vibrant, diverse. So this is a perfect neighbor for your clients to stay. Okay, let's move on. All right, so move on to the guest room. Keo Plaza Hotel is a very quiet hotel. I don't know, this is, oops, there we go. All right, so we are quite large hotel. That's why we offer so many different rooms from standard to club level. I am not going to full detail for each room, but I like to show you some of the slides so then I can give you, some feeling for the space and design that we offer. So this is a standard room, and this is a superior. Superior accommodates up to 3 guests with 3 beds. And deluxe, this is also a very special room. This also accommodates up to 3 or 4 depending on the guest rooms. And then we have more. We understand that every traveler is very unique. So that's why we have an incredible variety of guest rooms. So I will show you some of our popular rooms. So this is called luxury family room. As you can see, there are 4 beds and a sofa in the middle. So this can be converted to the sofa bed. So the luxury family room accommodate up to 5 and with 2 full bathrooms. And another very popular interconnecting rooms for families or small groups. If they want some privacy but still want to stay close to each other, this connecting room would be perfect options. So what unique about this room is flexibility. So we can configure the beds to be either king or twin in each room. So whatever your clients want, we can make the arrangement. So Japanese suite room, this is a newly refurbished. We just finished refurbished last March. Last March. So this is for someone who is interested in spending some traditional room. This accommodates up to 4 or 5. And this is a suite room, so this comes with the access to the club lounge. Okay, so this is the club floor, the best part of the hotel. This picture is a club lounge on the 45th floor. As you can see, it's a peaceful retreat with a stunning view. And this is a perfect option for your VIP client to just relax or, grab a drink, all included. So I will show you some of the room. So here's a look at the guest room. As you can see, again, very spacious, super stylish, and has a very high-end feeling. Okay, so the club floor makes all about the club lounge. Your client can enjoy everything from gourmet breakfast, afternoon tea, and then cocktail hours in evening, all included. And our dedicated concierge right there to help our guests. Sky Plaza Ibasho is other very unique multi-space lounge. This is exclusively available to guests who is in certain room categories. While amenities are limited and simple, this is all about atmosphere. So this is a perfect spot, for our guests after a busy day in Tokyo. Just go up there, enjoy, just relax, have a cup of coffee, and again, enjoy the breathtaking view of Tokyo. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the facility parts. As you can see, we have a convenience store, laundry room, we have an outdoor pool, and of course, fitness rooms. When it comes to restaurants, we have so many options, a few different authentic Japanese restaurants to buffet, and we are going to open brand new French restaurant coming this fall. Okay, so cultural experience. This is a very unique feature. What sets us apart is that we bring Japanese culture to life. From kimono rental to art exhibition throughout the year at the lobby. So we offer more than just a room. So one of our guest favorite is a Japanese tea experience. So we have a English speaker tea master, and so your client can enjoy real tradition in real tea rooms at the right here at the hotel. They don't even have to go outside, so they can experience authentic Japanese culture. And we have more. This is a hands-on workshop that we offer every month. So we change the program every month from cultural art to seasonal craft. This is a perfect way for our guests to create their own souvenir. Okay, finally, we are proud of a Good Neighbor Hotel of a Tokyo Disney Resorts. So we provide complimentary shuttle bus from our hotel to Tokyo Disney Resorts. So this will be perfect if your clients are Disney fan. This is a great addition to the amenity. Guess that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I went very quickly, but thank you again, Goway, and I'm looking forward to welcoming your clients soon.
Yes, thank you, Yuki. Thank you, Yuka. We love that. And yes, we need to cram it all in. We've got a busy schedule today, but we are so glad that you are here and that you got to tell us a little bit about KO Plaza.
Yep,
okay,
I
got it right.
Yes, thank you.
I told you I would work on it. By the end of the week, I'm going to have everything perfect, including your first and last names, both of you. Okay. Ladies, thank you for joining us and being here today. And we are moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. And again, thank you so much to your questions and comments that you are sending in our way. We've been working on the technology part, and I'm understanding that things are better, which is great news. I told you we would get better as the day went along, and I like to think that we are, at least from where I'm sitting anyway. But thank you for being part of our day, and please remember we are recording everything that you are watching today. So if you do have to pop out for a bit, take care of some work, some emails or phone calls or whatever you have to do, or maybe pick up the kids. Whatever is going on in your life, please remember that we are recording this, so it will be available to you so that you can go back and watch it. If you missed anything, you can be part of that as well. Okay. And moving right along, and I think you were on the panel, were you not?
I was in the panel, but I thought that this was taking place in a different place.
Okay,
That's
well,
why
you
I
found
said I'm not
you
coming
made
back.
your way here. So up next, Destination Asia Japan, Olivia Hernandez, head of Leisure FIT. Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me. Right, so let's start with the seasons of Japan. And the reason for this is that we have a lot of questions regarding seasonality all the time. So I would like to explain a little bit. So we have the winter season in Japan, which usually it's the dry season, and it has a lot of blue skies, days with blue skies. So for me, it's absolutely perfect to visit Japan. Indeed, it's one of my favorite times of the year. That will be January and February. And there will be days that the skies are so clear that you can even see Mount Fuji from Tokyo, which is something uncommon because I always say that it is a very shy mountain and you cannot see it all the time. Then I want to go back to the New Year's holiday and explain a little bit about this, because New Year's is celebrated in a very different way in Japan. This is the most important family celebration for them. So everyone travels to be with their families. So basically, the restaurants are closed, the malls are closed, and guides are not available. So when traveling to Japan during New Year's, the clients needs to be aware of this, because there are not big celebrations on the streets. There's not fireworks. Everything that Japanese do during the holidays is just spend time with the family, eat a lot of food, and go to the temple for prayer. And that will be from more or less December 29th, 30th to January 3rd included. Then moving on, we have the famous cherry blossoms, which we already know that they bloom usually at the end of March, beginning of April, and it only lasts for 2 weeks. So March and April is a very busy season in Japan. There's no way that the clients can escape the crowds, especially if they do the golden route, and pricing usually is higher during those months. It's not moving. Oh, I'm going too far. Okay. So then we have also the early and the spring and early summer, which is May and June. It's also a good season to visit Japan. In May, we have our Golden Week holidays at the beginning of the month, so there's a lot of people traveling around. And then June, it's also a good season. Just be careful that it will, usually we have our rainy season at the end of June and beginning of July, and it will last just for 1 month. And then summer in Japan can be very hot, up to 40 degrees Celsius and with 99% of humidity. And then we have the autumn season, which is lovely. Autumn leaves in Japan are amazing. It's our second peak season, and therefore pricings are also a little bit higher than the rest of the year. And now let's move on with what is new in Japan. So new tours and experiences that we have incorporated in our portfolio. This is only a selection. The first one is a Tokyo Street Food Walking Tour. And this is an exclusive Destination Japan tour. You cannot book this one through any other DMC. So basically, usually food tours are evening tours. This one takes time. We do it during the daytime, right? So I would say that it's perfect for families. And I recommend it for everyone except for people that maybe have walking difficulties because there is some walking involved. And we take clients to 2 neighborhoods in Tokyo that are literally residential areas with no tourists around. So it's a very good experience for people also trying to see a little bit of the local life in Japan. Sorry, I'm having a problem with this.
I think if you point it towards Dawn, don't point it towards there.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's
so
okay.
The next one is a tour to Inuyama. And I mentioned this during the panel before, that we would like people to try to incorporate a twist in the Golden Route. And this is a tour that it really goes well with that idea. So it's a full day Inuyama highlights tour from Nagoya. And basically we take the clients to this cute castle town. The supplier is also based in Nagoya and is very passionate about promoting the city and Aichi prefecture in general. So perfect tour for families and people interested in art, culture, and also in food. The next one is probably my favorite slide in the presentation, is the visit to the Rabbit Island. So if you look at the picture, how cute they are, right? So for me, this is something that all families with little kids would like to do. It's a shared tour from Hiroshima. And clients during the day, during the first time of the tour, they will have the opportunity to visit the historic town of Takehara. And then in the afternoon, they will visit the Okunoshima Island and hopefully see some little rabbits. Okay, I'm having problems with this. Here we are, a ski tour from Nagano. This is also a tour that I like very, very much for one reason. Sometimes we have clients wanting to experience skiing in Japan, but they don't have probably the budget or the time to do it because spending 3-4 nights in a ski resort can be expensive. However, we have this day tour from Nagano that can be booked in private or shared basis with or without lessons. And, you know, it's all inclusive. All the years, the lift pass, the transport, the tour leaders. And what is more important for me is that it is for all levels. So clients don't have to be a pro to actually join this tour. No, it's frozen. No, there's one back. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, then move. Sorry, I thought that there was something before that one. Okay, Tawayura, please. Next slide. Yeah. So let's move to hotels. There have been a lot of new hotel opening recently in Japan. This one is Dawayura Kyoto. Here we are only going to mention a selection of hotels, and basically they are in this presentation because there are hotels that we want to promote, either because they offer a good service or because we have a great partnership with them and they are giving us special rates. So this one, Dawayura, it opened in June 2022. It is located in Kyoto next to Kamo River and within walkable distance to Gion. Gion is the geisha district in Kyoto. So if you have clients that are actually interested in staying in Gion area, this could be a good option as it also has easy access. Next one is Boko Osaka Central. It opened in May 2023. This is a boutique hotel and it has given us very competitive rates. This is why they are in this slide, and this is probably one of my favorite hotels in the city. Beautiful design, boutique hotel, easy access. And the next one is Hotel Groove Shinjuku. So basically, it's in the middle of the city, in the center, in Shinjuku area. Easy access, therefore, to Shinjuku Station, which is one of the biggest in the city. This one is located, the hotel, in Kabukicho Tower with a lot of entertainment facilities within the tower and restaurants options, not only in the tower, but also in Kabukicho area. And to me, this hotel, it's a more vibrant choice compared to other hotels in the city. Thank you very much for your attention.
All right. Well, thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that from Destination Asia Japan. I'm not going to forget that. I wrote it down. Shy Mountain, right?
It is a shy mountain.
On how lucky you are if you get to see it entirely, right? But what a blessing it is when you do. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's
Absolutely
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful things in Japan. One of the highlights. Mount Fuji, and Japanese themselves, they are super, super proud of Mount
It's
Fuji.
iconic, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. It's iconic. Absolutely.
One more little analogy. It's a pinch me moment when you're there and you realize, oh my God, I'm actually looking at Mount Fuji.
At Mount Fuji. It happened to me the first time that I visited Japan as a tourist in year 2010. Right. And I fell in love with the country. And then in year 2017, I decided to move from Spain to Japan. Yeah.
Excellent. And you speak Japanese?
Basic level.
Better than me, though.
Yeah. Better than you will, probably. I studied for 1 year and 3 months in a school. I went to school Monday to Friday. 5 hours every day.
Good for you.
Yeah. Very diligent.
Yes, good for you. Obviously, you're a good student as well.
Well, I try. I'm not sure if I am that good.
All right. Well, thank you, Olivia, for being here and sharing a little bit of your Japan with us. And again, that was Olivia Hernandez from Destination Asia Japan. And we're continuing on with our theme of Japan and panelists. So you got to see our next guest on the panel with Don. He had some really wonderful things to tell us about Japan, and those little tidbits. That's the reason why we're doing this event today. That's hopefully the reason why you've tuned in, so you can pick up those little nuggets, as we say, and take them as your own and build on that when you're talking to your guests. That's what today is all about, sharing all of that kind of good stuff with you. So without any further ado, I'm not going to take any more time away from our next guest, Michael Yiptong, Director, Japan World Tours. Sir, the floor is yours. The clicker is there. Just point it towards Don when you're ready to move the slides. And we're going to turn it over to you, sir, to tell us a little bit about Japan World Tours.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Thank you very much for Goway, for Moira, and the whole team at Goway for having me here today. My name is Michael Yiptong. I'm the Director of Japan World Tours. We're one of the partners of Goway in Japan. You have probably just met a couple of the other partners in Japan. We're the smaller company in Japan. And However, we are a bit, we're more of a boutique operation. We're more nimble in our operations. We are flexible. We have deep local expertise in Japan. Yeah. And we do a lot of highly customizable solutions in Japan. We obviously do ground handling in Japan, and we are very partner-centric in our approach to Japan. So this is a bit about Japan World Tours. What I will cover today is we operate in Japan for Goway, the Goway Japan Odyssey program, which is a small group program with set departures that goes on specific dates in Japan. So that's what I will cover in the first part of my presentation. And then in the second part, a little bit about the road less travel in Japan, the off-beaten track itineraries, and some of the things we can do for you and your clients. All right. Okay. So let me get. So the Japan Odyssey program is a small group program with a maximum of 16 people. And it's a fully escorted program. That means from arrival at the airport until the drop-off at the airport. It's an ideal product for you to sell, in the sense that if you don't have a very deep knowledge of Japan, it's almost an off-the-shelf product that is very easy to sell. The Goway Asia specialist will give you all the details about the program. You can present it to your clients, and pretty much it's just, just book it. It's all inclusive almost. It's all right. So let me get. So the itinerary, I'm not going to spend too much time going over. It's pretty much what you've heard before, the golden route, and it's ideal for first-timers to Japan. We've been operating this Japan Odyssey for Goway for over 3 years now, and we have refined it over the years. We learn every time. We get the feedback from yourself, the agents, from the Goway team here, and we have improved the program over the last 3 years. So it's a fairly simple itinerary, very well paced. As you can see, we go to Tokyo for 4 nights on arrival, and then we move to Kyoto for 3 nights, and then we go to Hiroshima for 2 nights, and then the last night is in Osaka, and the flight coming back home is out of Osaka airport. So it's pretty much when you do your flights, or Goway does your flights for you, it would be an open jaw ticket coming into Tokyo, either Narita or Haneda, and leaving out of Osaka, either Itami Airport or Kansai Airport. So it's a 4-star program, in the sense that it's not a high luxury, it's not a budget tour. It kind of sits right there in the middle for most of your guests. So in Tokyo, we stay at the Keio Plaza. You've probably just met my colleagues there at the Keio Plaza, a couple of presenters before me. In Kyoto, we stay at the Okura Hotel in Kyoto. In Hiroshima, we stay at the Grand Prince Hiroshima, and in Osaka, it's at the Vistio Osaka. All right, so clicker's not working.
Yep, just point it towards Dawn. It should.
All right. Okay. So just to give you a feel of the itinerary, this is a map of Japan, and you can see we move from Tokyo going west towards Hiroshima and Kyoto. So it's pretty much along the Shinkansen route, the bullet train. And so you go from Tokyo to Kyoto to Hiroshima, and then back to Osaka for the last night. So all the travel on intercity travel on this tour is by bullet train, and the sightseeing is all by coach. So there's a little bit of walking. There are some places, in Japan when you go sightseeing, there is some walking. So it's not all sightseeing from taking pictures from the bus. There's some more hands-on experience. You get off the bus and you walk. So please, manage your clients' expectations. It is a coach tour, but there is some walking as well for the tour. All right, so Don? Oh. No, next one. Can you? Okay, yeah. So I just covered transportation. Intercity is by bullet train. The sightseeing is by private coach, a few local trains. There's a boat in Hiroshima we take to go from Hiroshima to Miyajima Island. And obviously there's some walking. And we manage the luggage. As some of you may know, traveling by bullet train in Japan, luggage, it's not so luggage friendly. So we will transfer luggage separately when the people are taking the bullet train. All right. So could you go to the next slide? Okay, perfect. So in terms of meals, obviously all breakfasts are included. Most of the lunches are included, and there's a welcome dinner and a farewell dinner that is included. From our experience as well, as I said before, we've learned over the last 3 years. So we've kind of mixed up the meals a little bit. As much as Japanese meals are, very, very delicious, and everybody loves them. After a few days, people do like some Western meals, so we've mixed them up. And Japan has some of the best Italian and French restaurants in the world. All right. Okay, so as we've mentioned before during the panel, one of the great things about going to Japan is to have some hands-on experiences. And during this tour, we do a few things. We do calligraphy, so there's a group calligraphy lesson. We have obviously a tea ceremony, which is not to be missed. And we also have some sake tasting. So as some of you may know, sake is kind of the national drink of Japan, and it's a rice-based drink. And so we have some sake tasting in Kyoto, I believe. And then also we have a cooking class where we roll our own sushi for lunch, and then we pretty much eat what we make. So it's very immersive in the sense that we have some hands-on experience. It's not all about just sightseeing and taking pictures. So, all right. Okay, so for this tour, as I mentioned, it's a fairly easy booking. We do have a lot of guests from the past who have requested to arrive in Japan 1 or 2 days earlier and to get over jet lag before the tour starts. And also sometimes people want to stay one night after the tour. So we do offer pre and post nights. Those are limited. And if your guests are, want those pre and post nights, you should book them early. And so if they do a pre or post, just as a bonus, the airport transfers are still included. As many other operators, whenever you do a deviation on the arrival date, you lose the airport transfer. So this is a big bonus here. The airport transfers will still be included if they do pre and post. All right, so a couple of the key dates for this Japan Odyssey is in 2027. We have the cherry blossom dates. We have 2 departures there, 28th of March and the 1st of April. And then for the autumn colors in 2027, The dates are coming soon, and check with your Goway Asia specialist. As soon as those dates are announced, you should be able to get those dates. As I mentioned before during the panel, it's you should book those early. The cherry blossoms are selling fast, and there are still spots on them. So contact your Goway specialist and see what's available for your clients. All right. So for 2026, there's a couple of spots left for our fall departures. One is on 19th of October and the 30th of November. So very limited space left. If you have any last minute requests from your clients, we could probably get them on one of those two departures. All right. So the next thing I'd like to cover is the road less traveled in Japan. As everybody has heard before on the panel, there's the Golden Route, the over-tourism in Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka. However, Japan is a lot more than just Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka and Hakone. As you can see from the map here, at the top in green is the island of Hokkaido. Just below Hokkaido is the blue area. That region is known as Tohoku. And then further west and south, you get the little island in mustard yellow. That's the island of Shikoku. And then in red, or in kind of pinkish red, is the island of Kyushu. So those areas are actually, a lot more, from our perspective, as a DMC and where we arrange trips, it's a lot more fun for our staff to design tours to those places. And so if you have, special requests and where people are going back to Japan a second, a third time, we can do self-drive. Goway offers a beautiful self-drive program in the island of Kyushu. So it's really perfect for repeat travelers, and generally they stay longer as well, the repeat travelers, and when they go to those places. So the average length of stay there goes to 14 to 21 days, which obviously it means it's a bigger sales value as well, because it's a longer tour, and bigger sales value means bigger commission. And we can do a lot of things like wellness, obviously onsen, but in Japan, there's forest bathing. I'm not sure if you've heard of this. It's getting very popular. And also we do a lot of more immersive experiences we can include in those places, in those kind of customized tours for the, more off-beaten path itineraries. There's rural tourism, which is kind of like, the not over-tourism places in Japan. And those are actually wonderful. And the accommodation as well, when we do those things, are more unique accommodation. And the guests get to stay in a lot more different places.
Oh, I think we got about 2 minutes.
2 minutes left. Okay. All right. So we didn't flip the slide. So the forest bathing, there's castle stays as well. We can actually stay in castles in Japan, or on the grounds of castles. Obviously self-drive, and there's pilgrimage hikes. In Japan, there are two very famous pilgrimage hikes. There's the 88 Ohenro hike in the island of Shikoku, and then there's the Kumano Kodo, which you may be familiar with. So for Goway, we operate some of the more unique kind of customized tours to those places. All right, so I pretty much end my presentation here. So if there's any inquiries or whatever, contact your Goway Japan destination specialist. And thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you, sir. Michael Yiptung, Director for Japan World Tours. Thank you for being here today, sir. Thank you for being part of our panel and sharing a little bit of your Japan with us today. It was very helpful, educational, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Before our next event on our agenda, which happens to be a break, there's just a couple of things that I wanted to touch base on. And Michael actually made mention of it during his presentation. It reminded me, I thought I would bring it up, and that is our Odysseys. So a couple of things. On our consumer website, Goway.com, we have so much information. Doesn't matter the country. Let's say, for an example, you are looking at Japan. You have guests. They come to you and they say, you know what, we're thinking about going to Japan, but we're not sure what we want to do. Your first step may be to go to Goway.com, click on Japan, and have a look at our sample itineraries. We're going to show you what a typical North American will do when they visit Japan. We have over 1,000 sample itineraries. So no matter what country your guests are thinking of, you can take a quick stop at Goway.com, click on that country, and have a look at the sample itineraries. In essence, they are meant to be inspiration. Remember, we've been doing this 56 years, so we like to think we know a thing or two. And we're going to show you very quickly, here's what the typical North American will do in that country. Now, some of you will take some of those sample itineraries. When you get talking to your destination specialist, you will say, I want exactly what you have on this sample itinerary. Others of you will say, I like a little bit of this sample itinerary and a little bit of that. Can you mix and match or make them, design them, customize them? That is exactly what we do. The other thing that I wanted to make mention of is our Odysseys by Goway. So these are also found at Goway.com, and they are our own departures. Think of them as our own groups. So you may have folks that say, we want to go to Japan. You like the Odyssey by Goway of Japan, and you are selling essentially your guests into our set departures. Now, the other thing that is very popular to do with Odysseys by Goway is you may see an itinerary on there, and of course, maybe the departure date doesn't match what your guests want to do. So you can say to your destination specialist, I want that exact itinerary only for my guests departing on these dates. And then finally, what a lot of my advisors tell me they do is they look at our Odysseys by Goway and they mimic those or copy those as their own groups and use them as their own group departures. You are welcome to do all of that. It is there to help you and to help you sell. So I always say, and I think Don is showing the screen now, I always say Goway.com is a real treasure trove of information. If you're going to have a consultation with a guest, let's say it's for Vietnam, take a few minutes, go over to Goway.com, click on Vietnam, look at the sample itineraries, look at the general country information. I guarantee you, you'll feel more confident, you'll learn a little bit more about the destination, and you will be able to help your guests even more. So, with all of that said, thank you so much. We are going to take a short break now, and I think we're going to come back in about 7 or 8 minutes. Is that right, Don? And then we'll continue on with our day's agenda. Thanks for being part of our Goway Asia Forum Day.